You know what happened today. Can you believe it? You know, the biggest obstacle for the 49ers was going to be the Saints. Most of us presume that, right? And what happened? I thought about the possibility of that happening, but I said, nah, no way. You're going to have to deal with the Saints at some point. Saints, there are no more. They will not be marching in. Think about the competition left. We've already overwhelmed Green Bay, and looks like our pass defense, as long as D Ford, I'm looking at the injury list says D Ford is fine. He was working out yesterday. Big Show was posting up film of him out there running. And I'm thinking, you know, if D Ford comes back, it's back to work as usual. They got a rest like they needed like for a long time. So the 49ers frontline defense will be overwhelming, most likely, upon their return. Now, you got the Vikings may be the Vikings may be the toughest competition left. I mean, give me a break with the Hawks. The Hawks got by. Carson Wentz goes down to injury. They were already depleted of all their starters and stars. And the Hawks are running around. Wait, look at us. We beat the Eagles. Oh, God, what a joke. You know, it's really funny because you look at this particular weekend, you can tell the old guard is leaving. Breeze is out. Brady's out. The only relic left is Russell Wilson. So, you know, this could be, 2020 could be the year of the new world order in the NFL. Now, Jimmy G's included in that, of course, and depending upon how he looks. And here's the thing, people are still saying things about, well, it depends on what kind of game Jimmy G plays going into the playoffs. Well, Jimmy G is actually one of the better quarterbacks stat-wise in the last 4 weeks. Now, the people aren't noticing that because all they're remembering is the mistakes he's made. He's only made a couple in the last, that 1 week when the ball was bounced off receivers. I refuse to make those his fault. But his stats are up there where they need to be. He looks more confident out there. The offense looks more efficient. The run game is smooth as silk. Deebo Samuel. Fam, did you figure Deebo Samuel into the equation this soon? I knew he was going to come along. I thought Kyle would use him when he could. I figured at the beginning of the season, I figured it'd be more about Dante Pettis this year. It's not. Deebo's maturing, and he's maturing quickly. I mean, really quickly. And he's become one of the main weapons. Sanders is out there, of course. George Kittle, everybody knows why he's an all-pro. The offense is pretty much looking good. I don't see anybody who could actually, if the 49ers play their game and the defense is going to look like they did at the beginning of the season, I don't see anybody stopping the 49ers between here and Super Bowl Sunday. As I say, we've already beaten, the Hawks are not an element. They can be beaten as long as the refs stay out of it. And then, of course, Green Bay, we've already dealt with them. They're going to be a little different this time than they were last time. So all we need to do is get past probably the toughest competition the 49ers are going to see. It's next week. I don't want to put things ahead of, but they are going to be tough, fam. They're not going to be easy because I look at the weapons. If Kirk Cousins is tired of being ridiculed and talked about, he pulled his game up a couple of notches, maybe because of the things that are being said about him. He's fired up. He looked good today on most occasions. I don't know what got into him. Somebody must have threatened him. But anyway, what are some of the pros and the cons playing the Vikings versus who we could have played in the Saints? Do we have an advantage? Do you see? And the only thing I'm concerned about, really, and I'm not hating or picking on Akello, but I do see him as the weak link right now. Now, I don't know what the defense is going to do to cover up for what he could actually provide the Vikings if they're not really careful, because every OC in the NFL right now that's still available to play in the playoffs, they're going to target number 23. That's just the reality of the situation. Now, if the frontline defense is every bit as immaculate as they were in the beginning of the season, maybe Akello survives, because it seems now that we're finding out, if you figure it all out, Spoon was feeding off the efficiency of that front line. He's not going to do well on his own. So there you go with that. So you tell me, What is it looking like in your mind for next week versus the Vikings? Will we get through this with a certain amount of pain and strain? Or will we put the Vikes away kind of quickly? Or who do you see being the strength next week? Who do you see being a problem? Who will suffer? Who will be the biggest ground gainer? Who will be all of them good things? Woo! Hey, Jordan Barrett, what's up, fam? Yes, Hawks beat Josh McGowan by 8 points. Good Hawks. Okay. Hey, Matt from Wii Sports, what's up, bro? You think Quan is playing Saturday? No. Kyle's made that pretty clear. I don't know if Kyle's... there's some writers saying that Quan's a fast healer. I think a couple of known writers are suggesting that maybe Quan does play. I don't think so. Roberto says, I love you, Ronbo, my dog. I miss you. Wish me luck. Friday, I'll be having surgery. Roberto. Oh, Roberto. Yes, I wish you more than luck. All right. Roberto, I'll look to hear from you this weekend, okay? God, Roberto. Freaking me out, man. All right. Get through this. Chris Falls says, are you drunk? Seattle is the only real competition left in the playoffs. Psst. No, I'm quite sober. The Hawks aren't going to get past Green Bay next week. The misconception is what you saw against the Eagles today. No coverage. Their secondary, I didn't know the Eagles' coverage secondary was that bad. They are really bad. Green Bay's got a better secondary than that. And Green Bay can answer with an offense. Aaron Rodgers is back there, not McGowan. Make no mistake, what you saw today was not a show of strength by the Hawks. It was taking advantage of a situation. And also that situation last week that everybody's up, the Hawks is bad, 49ers is bad. Listen, if there was only one call that needed to be, if you have to rely on the refs every week to win, okay, you can use that as a reason to believe you're good. But if they don't make that one bogus call of Garland's downfield blocking, okay, anyway, let's move on. And Josh Paulson says, thanks, Josh, for the contribution, guys. We wouldn't have played the Saints had the Saints won. The Niners would have played Seattle as they had the lowest. That's right. I forgot about that. You're right. So the Saints would have still been waiting for us after next week, even had we had to clown around with the Seahawks next week. So, yeah, Josh is right. So it would have been, we would have been in the Saints. Anyway, hey, let me go to the phone and the tune and see what's going on with you. 757, you're in VA. What's up, VA?
What's going on with you, Ronbo?
Oh, I'm sitting back here contemplating a future that I didn't know was going to even be involved in. I thought we was going to get to play the Hawks next week, tiptoe into the final against maybe the Saints, and call it a day, a Super Bowl. No. Who's this on the phone, please? I forgot to ask.
This C-Note, Bang Bang Nanga Gang.
C-Note, what's up, fam? Yeah, C-Note, what do you think, man? I mean, is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? Are you indifferent about it? Where can we exploit the Vikings? Where can they take advantage of us and all that good stuff? What are you thinking?
Remember Cam Jordan from New Orleans said that depending on how the running game is, Kirk Cousins will actually do well. But since we got a great running game as far as defense is concerned, I'm really not seeing Kirk Cousins as a threat.
All right. Because Kirk Cousins has no real mobility, and if he can't find his receivers, or he hasn't got any time to do what he likes to do, I see that as being a complete advantage. But Dalvin Cook, if they're smart, they run him. So could be a problem.
Yeah, you did bring up something as far as number 23. Witherspoon, I'm pretty sure he had a little bit of thought process going on with these last 4 games. His number's been up. I figure Robert Sala, go ahead, put him in this game. Go ahead, please do not get burnt on the first play. I hate when games start like that.
Yeah, I know. This is the only thing that worries me. You know what? There are things the 49ers could do. Testing, test. Oh, wait, okay. It will put us in a situation where if you start moving pieces around in that secondary or scheming, you're going to leave. Kirk Cousins will see a vulnerability like that. Each guy's got to hold his own. The 49ers have to make a decision this week, C-Note. You let Spoon and Mosley battle it out. You don't tell either one of them you're starting this week. You let one of them prove that we can trust them to play that spot. And this is the playoffs. We don't get a second shot here. It's either win or go home. Spoon cannot take us home early. If he can't handle it, he just can't.
Also notice that during the game that it was kind of double teaming Michael Thomas for most of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Who are they going to double team on the Niners?
I hope they let's see. Double team Sanders. You see, if they double team Sanders, it's going to get ugly real quick. Because E-Man commands coverage, but now you've got this emerging. Debo is a scary young man. Kendrick Bourne's become like the dagger. He'll stab you in the throat. When the 49ers got you down, all of a sudden he'll come out of nowhere. Jimmy G's looking prime time. And George, they're going to double George. They're going to double George, C-Note. They better.
Yeah, I think they got a good plan ahead of them. And besides, it's been since 2012.
Yeah. As
far as the playoffs.
Yeah. 2012, 13. Yeah.
I figured the crowd be a helping hand on that one.
Yes.
As far as Kirk Cousins is concerned, I don't expect him really to do anything. Not major, but that also depends on Stephon Diggs because during this game they played, they only targeted him 3 times.
Stephon? Yeah,
they only target that guy 3 times.
Yeah, Thielen is always a concern. He's like one of those guys that just suddenly can hurt you, and at the wrong time. So, but their defense, can we take advantage of the defense? Now, who on their defense is susceptible to getting his butt beat?
The funny thing about that is that I think Hughes was out today. Their top dogs as far as corners was concerned, they were out. That's why the coach had to go ahead and do some different schemes during that time.
Yeah, Xavier Rhodes. Xavier's not shut down anymore. He can be had on occasion. So I think Emmanuel Mosley can actually take Xavier. George Kittle, they can double team him on. You know what's funny about George Kittle, C-Note? No matter what you do, George is going to get his. That's why he's an all-pro. C-Note. We got to go, fam. Hey, I'm going to see you late during the week. I think we're going to be in and out of here a lot all week long. So I'll see you tomorrow for sure. And God knows how many days this week, all right?
No problem. You take it easy, Ronbo.
You too. C-Note, appreciate you getting in there, fam. Man, great to meet you. All right. Yo.
Ooh la la.
Ooh la la. I really missed singing it this week, too. All right, fam. Have a good night.
You take it easy, Rob.
You too. Hey, Charles. Come over there, Charles.
Ronbo.
Charles.
Is it just me or like is the way the playoffs are going? Is it for a rematch? 2013 rematch?
Charles, are you suggesting the Hawks are going to get past Green Bay? I don't see that. I really don't.
No. And anyone in their right mind know they wouldn't get past it, but you see those referees at Lincoln Financial Field? The way they're looking like they're getting got some money on the game. Got put some money in their pockets.
I know. Did you see that one call where the dude was standing there holding that
It was just
receiver?
terrible.
He's just holding him,
It was just
and
terrible.
he throws his arms to the he looks over at the ref, and the ref acts like he didn't see it. Oh, and then that's why they made that call a few seconds later, as quick as they could, pass interference. You know what? You cannot let the refs make these determinations. You've got to beat a team up thoroughly and don't get in a position where one single blown call by a ref can lose you the game. This is what the 49ers have to avoid, like they've have in most of the games.
Absolutely.
Yeah, don't.
Ronbo. So we got Kirk Cousins next week, which was I would rather play Kirk Cousins than Russell Wilson. Anyone would probably put Kirk Cousins over Russell Wilson.
Well, yeah.
And Ronbo, I don't think Kirk Cousins won the game. I feel like Drew Brees and the Saints
Lost
they just
the game.
played terrible. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, man, you're gonna let Kirk Cousins just dog you like that? My God. And then Dalvin Cook.
And what was Brees? What was Brees doing holding the ball? He knows better. He's been around the league. Brees is holding the ball out. He's got these beasts, and the lineman protect the ball. He's holding the ball out there, he knocks it out of his hands. I said, man, that's just comical. Drew knows better than that.
Brees had butterfingers all game. He was just terrible. So we got the Vikings next week. And Ronbo, we got Choking Kirk. That's a new nickname, Choking Kirk. He tried to give up that game. He tried to give that game away. He was taking sacks, making throws at the end of the game, letting the Saints come back on. But then, Drew Brees lost a handle on the ball, and ultimately they won the game in overtime.
And you're right. It had to go into overtime. As bad as the Saints were playing, it had to go into overtime. You know what, Charles? We owe them from 2 years ago when we started the season off playing them, and they beat us after a few 49 boneheaded mistakes, drops.
Well, yeah, we beat ourselves that year.
Yeah.
That game, fumbles and stuff. But this time, we've got weapons. We've got the whole D linebackers. Yes. Now, Saleh can send forward, and it'll just be. I expect Kirk Cousins to see stars at the end of the game. And then we got Kwaski T controlling the safeties.
Yeah.
Scanning the field. Marcel Harris, he held it down, but
he doesn't have the experience. He doesn't know.
Yeah, he's got some experience.
There's not things he doesn't know that Kwaski knows. Exactly.
And we also, and I'm hearing that we might get Quan Alexander.
Yeah, see, I refuse to get too excited about that. I don't want to get my feelings hurt. And next week, Saturday, well, it was speculated Quan Alexander may be starting, but he's a last-minute scratch. And see, so.
That would kill me. I just hear, you can't, he's last minute, he's not going to play. But Ronbo, I know we got to wrap it up. It was nice talking to you. Thank you for the platform as always. And have a good night.
My pleasure, Charles. And we'll talk a lot this week, so I'll see you later.
All right, Ronbo. Have a good night.
You too. Owen Sullivan. There's a parade of Hawks fans on Twitter, and Owen's one of them. And Owen says, DK had 160 yards. Vikings have a really good push pass rush. Well, I don't know. The message doesn't relate to each other, but if that's supposed to scare us, okay. And good for DK. He looked very good today against a defense that looked like they weren't even out there 90% of the time. Had they not put a spy on Russell Wilson, they'd been better off. They should have been covering DK. That was one of the worst coverage I've ever seen. You notice he didn't do that last week, though, Owen, because that was just strange coverage. Silly. And Dre, come on in and shed some light on the 49ers' future next week against Kirk.
Well, I paid attention to the weaknesses. We already know what the strengths are.
Good. Point them out.
One of the best running backs in the game. They have a great defensive line. And they can run the ball. And if you get pressure on Kirk Cousins, he's bound to make a mistake. He's bound to drizzle. Now, for the weaknesses, There's two particular weaknesses that I looked at that we are going to play on. The first big weakness that I've seen is Stephon Diggs is a fucking crybaby, man. He
Every
had two
time somebody
receptions.
fouled him.
He
Every
had
time.
he had two he had two receptions for 19 yards when things wasn't going his way. He's taking his helmet off, throwing it to the sideline, which should have been a penalty. That's a
In front
personal
of
foul. You
everybody.
shouldn't be able to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, in front of everybody, arguing with the receivers coach, mad, sitting there pouting, even though they was winning the game for most of the
I
game.
know. It's all
So
about him.
that tells me that if we take him out of the game, he's going to create a distraction and he's just going to fold under pressure.
Good point.
The second thing that I've seen is Xavier Rhodes is our killer Weatherspoon. Okay, he's another guy. When he is flustered and he makes bad plays, it gets in his head. He goes on the sideline. He's arguing with his teammates, even though they're winning the game. And that's things that Kyle Shanahan is really going to take advantage of. I feel sorry for those guys, Ronbo. Also, their defensive backs, they are very undisciplined and they're slow as hell. You've seen it on the Taysom Hill touchdown where he received for that touchdown from Drew Brees.
Right.
He caught that touchdown from Drew Brees. That was all due to the defensive back not being disciplined. I feel like we're going to expose the defense. I feel like the ball is going to be out so quick that they're not going to be able to do anything. I feel like George Kittle is 100 times better than Rudolph. And that's just the X factor, though. They're not going to be able to do anything with George. Our defense has just gotten stronger. We got three big key components back to our defense.
Yes.
I was happy to see that J.J. Watt came in and he made a big impact on that defense because it gave Quan. It basically, I'm pretty sure Quan watched the game yesterday and it was
He did.
If this
I
guy
bet he was fired up.
Yeah, because J.J. Watt is a defensive lineman, so you're using your pectoral muscle on
Constantly.
every down you play as a defensive lineman. You know, Quan isn't going to be using his pectoral like that. You know, J.J. has to fight guys off. He has to swim move. He has to bull rush guys, and he has to do that with his arms and his pectoral muscles.
That's
So
right.
I was happy to see that. So basically, man, I just see us taking advantage of their weaknesses, which is not being disciplined, which is falling apart on the sideline, even when they're winning the game. I mean, just think of when they hit adversity and they're behind. You know, that those things just multiply when you're losing. So I still think it's going to be a very good game. It's going to be evenly fought, but I just think at the end of the day, we're more well-rounded and we'll be able to take advantage of their weaknesses.
And Dre, you point out something that I wonder if it gets on Kirk's nerves when what's the receiver's name? Stephon. When Diggs is over there whining and crying to the coach, because Kirk is looking down there and seeing what's going on, and he knows what the problem is. I'd be trading his ass.
He only threw to him 4 times, and he caught 2 receptions. You know, Adam Thielen is just constant. He goes out there and plays and does his job. And even Adam Thielen, he had 100 and something yards, but the thing is, half of his yards came on that last big play in overtime, which basically got them a go-ahead touchdown when they caught that pass. I think that was a 47-yard reception. So that gave him half of his yardage through the whole day. So the Saints really weren't that bad. They're just Sean Payton was trying to be too damn cute, and I think they overlooked the Vikings, coming into this game. And that's what you can't do. You can never overlook a team. You can tell, Ronbo, they really overlook these guys. They overlook these guys, man. They overlook them. So
because Kirk is so famous for being bad in this situation. That's, I guess, maybe you're right.
He wasn't really that good. He wasn't, bro. He had 242 yards passing, Ronbo. 47 of those yards was on that last reception from Adam Thielen in overtime. So that means he passed for like 190-something yards and a touchdown.
The rest
I'll take that any day.
I tell you what, we may get it next week. Dre, I'm gonna see you all week long. Let me go ahead and see you tomorrow. And great input.
Yes, sir, man. Shout out to the TNT family, Trey Trez, Big Show, Jerry Fresh Russo, Shay Lewis, all the guys, man. The Vikings are a good team. I'm by any means am I saying that they're not a good team.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when you got guys fighting on the sidelines, you're up in the game, and you guys got guys, grown ass men pouting like girls. I mean, Kyle Shanahan is looking at that and he's looking at shots.
Take advantage of it.
And that defensive backfield is very slow. They ain't going to be able to keep up, man. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, fam. Have a good night. Guerrero Munguia says, I just cannot believe these freaking Shrek Wilson beat. Guerrero, you know, if the Eagles would have had half their players, they wouldn't have beat them. I mean, that's just one of those things. You can always go in and take advantage of a team that doesn't have their right players. I mean, you got all your stars out. I mean, all their offensive stars are out. The starting quarterback's gone. I mean, San Francisco High could have beat that team today. It's not. Don't take it serious. Black Caesar, he says, we need to avenge our loss to the Vikes in '87. Thanks, fam. And Guerrero, thanks for the contribution, fam. Caesar, you know, even last year, we need to avenge that too. And John Milliner says, I am all on Witherspoon. He gets an INT next week. Oh, John, I wish. You know what? If the frontline defense looks as ferocious as they did at the beginning of the season, maybe he would be okay. I just worry. Spoon, where are you? What happened? Hey, Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Phil, man. Phil, did you see the day coming? What did you expect? And now that you know what's happening.
I didn't see the day coming at all. I didn't see the day coming at all.
Yesterday either, for that matter.
Did.
Yeah.
But I do, to answer your question, I think Mosley will start against the Vikings and play primarily versus Spoon. I think Spoon is better against a bigger wide receiver. But when you look at Thielen and Diggs, they're small guys, and Mosley matches up better with them. I think Mosley starts, and I think Mosley plays the majority of the time. I think if we were playing Seattle with DK Metcalf, you'd see Spoon in there. They're two different types of cornerbacks, and I think people need to understand that. So I just think that's what's going to happen.
You sound like you're concerned. I think this is mostly everybody concerned. We know we match up well with any team in the NFL, but we do have that spot that can be picked on, and you could lose a game like that, like we almost did last week.
I'm not concerned. I just think it's a better matchup.
Yeah.
And football's about matchups, right?
So, every sport, every professional sport, it's always about matchups.
Every
exactly.
professional sport it is, right? So, you match up differently against different teams. I think we match up fine with the Vikings. Kirk Cousins is not a mobile quarterback. I think we put a lot of pressure on him. We've had trouble with the running quarterbacks, Russell Wilson, et cetera, et cetera. That's where we had our troubles. I think, with a primary stationary quarterback like Kirk Cousins is, and if we get D Ford healthy, it's over. It's over.
Even Spoon could stay back there and sit out on the lawn if he wants to, with a straw in his mouth.
They have nobody to guard Kittle. They're going to have to put Blair or somebody like that on Kittle. Come on.
Well, they're going to have to double team him, or else it's going to be a short day for the Vikings, right? This is going to free up. Kyle's going to anticipate it too.
Emmanuel Sanders and everybody else becomes wide open. So.
And those guys are becoming efficient. Phil, we don't have the dropsies anymore. Guys are running pretty routes. Jimmy G's laying out dimes. This could be, if they just do everything right.
And with Jacarski back, I think that solidifies our defense.
Yes.
That was a big hole. We were missing, our guys.
Expertise and knowledge. True.
Just the only thing we're missing is DJ Jones up the middle. I mean, if we had him healthy, there's no way the Vikings are going to beat us. In fact, the spread is 7 points right now. So.
I was getting ready to ask you that. Have you seen? Is there a spread up already? 7.
The spread's up already at 7 points.
God, that's no excuse for that's no respect for the Vikings at all. Somebody knows something we don't know. I would say 4. But
the Vikings played New Orleans on turf. That's where they play. They're playing on grass at Levi.
That's
right.
right.
A little different.
That's right. And the 49ers have had time to rest, got guys coming back. They're looking at all that.
They're playing in the weather. The Vikings were the perfect team to play the Saints in that dome because they play in a dome, they play on turf,
And they play
their
fast in
team's
it.
built around that.
Yeah.
They're not built around going on the road. Kirk Cousins is 50% success rate
On the grass?
on the road. His career.
There's no reason to believe. Yeah. And if anybody knows Kirk, Kyle does. So this could be interesting.
Yeah. I just don't see it. If we're healthy and D Ford is playing and he's healthy, no way. No way.
Yes. And that's key right there. Even if Kowalski wasn't coming back, if D comes back, that frontline defense again becomes overwhelming, and your quarterback's got to get rid of the ball right now. If he doesn't, he's dead meat, or he's got to hit his check down.
I'm a little worried about Dalvin Cook. A little worried, but not extremely worried.
Yeah.
But I like our backs too. I mean, we're going to be able to run the ball against him. So
you see, that's what I'm talking about. Phil, I'm going to see you tomorrow. Good stuff, Phil. You always lay those things out to make me feel much better. All right.
All right.
See you tomorrow, Phil.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
We're going to get a victory.
I think so.
And it's going to be Green Bay in the final.
Yeah,
Mark
I know.
my words.
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure of that too. All right.
I don't think Seattle played very well today.
Their luck runs
They're
out
not going to beat Green Bay. They play that way.
They wouldn't have got to wait a day if Carson would have stayed there. Anyway, all right, fam. I'll see you tomorrow, huh?
All right. Later. Bye.
Bye, Phil. And John Miller, let me say thank you for that, John. And by the way, Owen Sullivan, Mark Slaughter, guys, thanks for the contributions. And also, Owen Sullivan's got prayers up here. He says Harrison Smith on Kittle, one of the best safeties. Oh, Owen, you're not going to put a safety on George Kittle? You do better with a linebacker, a safety. George will brutalize Harrison Smith. Although I hope they do. I'll take your advice. And Mark Slaughter, Debo will be the MVP. Can you imagine? Can you imagine Debo? I mean, we've already seen him have his breakout games, but what if he takes it to the next level next game? Oh, my goodness. Somebody said to me on Twitter, I'm looking there, we're talking, man, we should have got DK Metcalf. I said, dude, you know what? I was the biggest DK Metcalf fan in 49er world. And I'm telling you right now, I didn't know Debo was going to be who he is. I'll take Debo over DK all day long. DK does one thing good. Debo does how many things good? Think about that for a minute. Big Steve!
Ronbo!
Steve!
Oh, Ronbo, feels so good to have this week off and have to watch all these other teams battle it out while we just sit pretty and wait.
and guys getting hurt like you knew they would. I mean, Wentz got killed immediately. See, that's why you don't want to play the first round of the playoffs, right? I don't know if there's any more injuries around the league, but I said, man, first week is scary. Got to play for that first week bye every time. Hey, but pick it apart, Steve. Advantages, disadvantages, pros, cons. Why it's better to play the Vikings, or worse, than to play the Seahawks next week. What do you think?
Oh, I was excited, dude. I was excited when the Vikings won and beat the Saints because I don't want to have to face the Saints in the NFC Championship.
I know.
I definitely don't want to have to see the Seahawks, but now because they won today, I mean, that's a possibility down the stretch.
I hope so. If the Seahawks are the only thing standing between the 49ers and the Super Bowl, oh, God, my prayer will be answered. I don't want to keep fooling around.
Can you imagine that for the NFC Championship game? Oh.
Yeah. You're going to do it in Levi Stadium, not in the Clink, and I do not want to have to deal with Aaron Rodgers in that kind of a game. Because whereas Russell Wilson may worry you because of the pass, Aaron Rodgers is actually that dangerous, and he's got most of his weapons with him. So the 49ers can handle Russell Wilson and company. They've got too many people out to be scared of.
Oh man, I wanted to tell you this though, Ronbo. This was Adam Schefter was talking about this earlier. He says that the window is now open for Quan Alexander to play Saturday.
They're still saying that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna wait. I ain't gonna get excited about it yet.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I hope so. Cause wait, I'm trying to find it right now, but I can't seem to find it. But it was
No, I
Adam
ran
Schefter
across
reported
that
it. But
before. I just didn't take it seriously because I thought it was just speculation. I don't want my emotions to be toyed with like that. If we come in Saturday, like I say, Saturday morning, looks like Quan Alexander did not get past the doctors, and they're saying to make him, he's got to wait at least another 5-6 days. See, I don't want to go through that. See,
I think you're gonna see him out there. But also, D Ford and Jaquaski Tutt, they're ready to go.
I know.
So
That excites me.
I think Quan's pushing for that. I think he wants to be out there Saturday, and I hope we do see him out there. Return to the Hot Boys. Oh my goodness! If
The
we get all three
founder.
of them back, oh my goodness! If we get all three of them back, Quan, D Ford, and Jaquaski for that game Saturday, man, Cousins is in trouble. He's in trouble because, like one of your callers was saying, man, he's not a mobile quarterback, and he is
Not at
good
all.
when he wants to be. But that defense, man, that 49ers defense, man, he ain't seen nothing like that. So I think we got this.
Yeah.
I don't want to be overconfident, but I think we got this wrapped up next week.
Somebody is those 7 points. I didn't see that coming. 7
Oh,
point
is that what the spread
spread.
is right now?
Yeah.
Woo! I'll take that.
Woo, man.
Oh man, what a weekend though, huh? The
I know,
Patriots
right?
knocked out in the first round.
I know the legends. Breeze and Brady saying goodnight.
Oh my! I know. I lost money this week, man, because I bet on all the games and I lost them all. I had the Saints. I took the Bills over the Texans, and I took Patriots over Tennessee. Wow.
They were close. Those are close games. Josh Allen Josh is not ready for prime time yet. He could have won that game.
No,
but he lost his mind.
that was a nail biter though. That was a
good game.
real close game.
But when you're laying on the ground, you don't throw the ball up in the air, Josh. Just
I know.
protect the ball.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah, they caught him out there a number of times, man. And what was up with the Eagles today, man? Wow, they stunk it up. They had Josh McCown out there playing.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
You got 40-year-old Josh McGowan out there. Wince did the wince, going down before the playoffs can get started. All their offensive weapons and receivers are out. And granted, the Hawks had all their running backs out, but they didn't have all their receivers out. You got to have at least 2 starters, or maybe just one. They just had Ertz, and he's playing with something wrong with his ribs. So, they took advantage of a team that had nothing they could put up a fight with.
I just didn't want to see those Seahawks win, man.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I wanted to see them knocked out.
I hope they.
What's your take on this game Saturday, Ronbo?
I know, and I just hope they win next week so we can get him as NFC final. But I know you're worried about it. I am not in the least bit. Big Steve, we got to go, fam. Let me see you tomorrow, though. Okay?
For sure, you're gonna be on tomorrow.
Oh yeah, and probably a lot during next week. So yeah, all right.
Yeah. All right, Ronbo. It's good talking to you, brother.
Always, fam. Have a good night.
All right, you too, man.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of press next week. Probably, I figure it's gonna be this press schedule. I haven't seen it yet, but we'll probably be in each and every day of that. Hey, Big Mel, come on in here, Mel, and shed some knowledge on this situation.
Hey, bang, bang, man. Double bang, gold gang. We in here.
Yes.
It's good. It's good, Ronbo.
Mel, things are just, and it's the playoffs, and we should never anticipate anything normal. Brady getting a whooping yesterday, even though it was against the Titans, I was a little bit surprised because we're so used to them doing what they do. And then you look up today and you see the mighty Drew Brees going down to, of all people, Kirk Cousins. And, as soon as I seen the Eagles, I said, as soon as Carson Wentz went down, okay, game over. And it was. But Mel, we got the Vikings next week. Go ahead anywhere you want to go with this and give some insight.
I'm not scared of anybody, Ronbo. I don't care what organization, what team colors, what quarterback, what MVP candidate they have. None of these people scare me, Ronbo. I think we can walk through any and every one of them. If and when both sides of the ball are kicking, we've only seen that a few times this year where both sides of the ball were getting it done. And when it happened, man, it happened. Panthers, Bengals,
Browns,
Packers. So, but for the most part, all of those close games, it was because one unit was holding it down for the whole team, and the other unit didn't show up. So in these playoffs, if both units show up to handle business, we can run through anybody.
Yeah, I
Anybody.
agree.
I'm kind of upset because I wanted the Saints to win, and I wanted the Eagles to win. For selfish reasons, though, because if the Eagles were coming out to Levi's, one of my clients who's actually a huge Eagles fan. You know, I live in the greater Philadelphia area, so he's a huge Eagles fan. He was going to take me out there to the game. So,
Mel.
Yep.
I see what
He
you
and
mean
his wife were
by
going to.
personal reasons. That would have been just
Yeah,
huge.
crazy. But yeah, I don't think the Vikings are going to be a problem at all whatsoever. I don't care what players on the team you name. I think that Shanahan knows Kirk Cousins way too much for Kirk Cousins to really hurt us or anything. So, man, I think we're good. I think we're
Dre
good,
pointed out
period.
something that's kind of interesting, though. There's a morale problem going on in Minnesota. If Diggs is sitting around the sidelines going to the diva mode, and you got Xavier Rhodes, these guys, you got to keep your emotions in check. Most of our guys do.
Yep.
And that's a
Yep.
discipline that not all teams can have the luxury of. Can that be, are they a keg to be lit?
Oh, yeah, man, it's over. It's over. If Salah does what I think he will do, which is take Diggs out of the game at least early, bracket him or double him, or just make sure that we have a lockdown receiver, a lockdown defensive back on him. I think that we can frustrate him early if he's taken out of the game. And once that happens, man, there's going to be a lot of infighting, yelling at each other at halftime, and all of that. So yeah, man, I think that we have the psychological edge over them. Not counting the physical edge and the edge in coaching and everything. They don't scare me.
Mm-hmm.
I want the Seahawks in the NFC Championship. I definitely don't want Green Bay, and that's also
right. I mean, come on.
But not for the same reasons that a lot of people are saying. The Packers don't scare me either. I think that we have the ability to run through them. But word on the street is that due to gambling reasons in Vegas and all of that, word on the street is that the fix might be in, man. That they might be trying to set up a rematch for the very first Super Bowl in honor of the 100th anniversary, which would be Packers versus Chiefs. And I don't know. I just have that feeling. I'm not big on conspiracy theories or anything, but I don't know, man. I'm very uneasy about it, and especially in light of if you go rewatch the post-game press conference from when Aaron Rodgers came out to Santa Clara and we mopped him after the game. If you listen to his interview, he was talking about how it seemed like foreshadowing, Ronbo, where he was talking about, we're going to have to win in San Francisco at some point this season after they just got stopped. So it seemed like
either
some
that or a lot of
foreshadowing, and
respect.
then right, and then you factor in these stupid commercials that they've been running all season, Mahomes and Rodgers together. I don't know, man. I'm just uneasy about it. So
you know when you can relax though. Next week the Ravens and Chiefs, don't they play next week?
I think so.
See, that's going to be interesting. Now the Ravens have the capability of beating the Chiefs, and the Chiefs definitely have the capability of beating them. We're going to see what happens in that. If the Chiefs win going away, and the refs seem to have had something to do with it, then we need to be scared. You're right.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, all right.
No doubt.
Well, Mel, we got to go.
So I hope so.
Yes,
sir.
Well, we'll see. And I'm going to be hanging out all week, so I'll see you tomorrow, too. All right?
All right, my bro. I'll definitely catch you tomorrow.
All right, fam. Have a good night.
All right. Double Bang Gold Gang, Jersey Niner.
There he is. Check him out. Mel's got his own content. Bang, bang, Niner. Hey, Mel's Jersey Niner. Jersey Niner. Remember that. All right.
Yeah, Jersey Niner is my YouTube channel.
All right. And now, Mel has got me concerned. All right, Mel. Have a good night. But Mel's got me concerned now. Because, it's when big bucks are involved, anything could be going on. And if the mob gets involved, we got a problem. Hey, Niner!
Yeah, break it in.
Muscle Man, Rod. Rod.
Ooh la la la. Ooh la la la.
La. Rod, you seem to be in a good mood. What
Man,
is bringing on this mood?
oh man, I'm in a damn good mood. By the way, my man, I sent those articles to you through Twitter, man, about what Adam Schefter said. He actually did say that
No,
Shanahan made the comment that um
come on.
it's a possibility that he could
I
be ready
know.
because he ahead of pace with the
Healing.
injury. He said he's progressing just as well as J.J. Watt did. So he said there's a big chance he'll be playing Saturday.
Rod, how many weeks apart is Watt? Is it a couple of weeks apart that they got hurt?
I want to say Watt's injury was before because his was like early in
Yeah,
the
so I
week.
said he was a little earlier. When did how much later? See, because I'm trying to gauge the time needed for that injury to heal, but just like Drake pointed out though, Watt's using his upper body a lot, whereas Quan doesn't necessarily have to exert that kind. He ain't lifting off no 300-pound dudes off of him. So I'm wondering
Right.
if,
He's not on the force, so he's not in 4 point
yeah, so it
stance.
might
So
be okay.
yeah. Yeah. Furthermore, I expect the 49ers. I don't know if this is what they'll do per se, but my expectation is A, you want to keep Greenlaw on the field just because he's been on the field.
Oh yeah.
I would interchange them as far as, maybe let Quan definitely take the third down and pass rush downs at the wheel spot, but maybe in other situations have him going in the Sam or you know we're not going to just rush him in completely, but
Yeah.
I think his presence on the field is definitely felt when he plays side by side with Warner. So
I fully agree. And I don't want Greenlaw's growth to be stopped. He's got momentum going. He's learning more and more. That move he made Rod, man, that move off the goal line, boy, that was vintage, seasoned pro.
yeah,
He launched that
what they call
time
it,
that
the stop.
pop, boom, get your butt back on the other side of that line. See, that's,
I love it.
you know,
And I'm gonna replicate the caller from before, man. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not afraid of anybody. I'm
yeah,
not.
no, we don't need to
I'm not
be.
gonna get cocky, but I'm not afraid. I mean, let's just keep it real. We're not gonna talk about this guy name too much, but I'm gonna just say it anyway. Captain whooped A-Rod's ass twice in Lambeau. So I mean,
Yep.
well, I think one time in Lambeau, one time in San Fran. So
Mm.
I mean, man, A-Rod doesn't scare me. You guys give him all this credit. Look, no offense, but bottom line is this: he went to a Super Bowl with the team I say was Brett Favre's team. He was lucky. He sat behind the man 4 years. He got plugged in when Brett Favre, reneged at the last minute about the retirement, and he hadn't done anything since. I mean, you can say what you want about his numbers and all that shit, but everybody knows this is a "what have you done for me lately" league. He hadn't been to the Super Bowl since
Sense.
then. So
And, and,
let's get
and
off of his
Rod,
dick.
Rod, let me help you out on this. Do you know A-Rod is the second worst quarterback in the playoffs?
I can believe it. I can believe it.
It
To
was,
be honest with you, and I
it
mean,
was just,
I
yeah.
said this to some of the guys on the chat line, but the Minnesota Vikings are probably the team that has the best chances of beating us. Because the truth of the matter is, everybody else that's left over, we done already kicked their ass. Let's
I
be
know
real. We really did.
true.
We kicked Seattle's ass on that Monday night until I forgot who got injured. But was that the game that Corn got hurt?
I
Was that the
forgot which
game?
game. I forgot which game he got hurt in.
That might have been the game, but we had a key injury in that Monday night game, and when that guy got hurt, that was when Russell was able to get out of the pocket. Now let me end
I
this
think
chat
you're
on this
right.
last note right here because I know we got other people that want to come in. But I'm gonna just tell you guys for the rest of the playoffs, while we're still in it, which I know we're gonna win, every quarterback that we're playing is gonna try to play rollouts. They're gonna try to do bootlegs, and they're gonna run the football.
And
Everyone is
that's
because that's the formula that we've struggled against the most. But we healthy. Bring that shit. Bring that shit. We healthy.
it's
Bring
it.
it.
Rod, I'm going to holler you out, and I'm going to see you tomorrow. You make an excellent point, because you're right. Every quarterback can't do it, though, Rod. That's the thing. If it's unnatural for Kirk Cousins to be doing that, then please, Kirk, try it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
A Niners for the ride.
Hey, man, I'm going to catch you tomorrow on Raw.
Sure, I'll be looking for you too, Rod. Have a good night, fam.
Hold it down, bro.
You know, and Rod brings a nightmare to truth. Every quarterback now all of a sudden is Action Jackson. Well, see, all of them ain't. So if we see Kirk busting out the pocket like Jared Goff did a few weeks ago, boy, I will start laughing right from the beginning of the game. Oh, come on, Kirk. You know you don't. Oh, no. Everybody's trying to be Action Jackson. You can't. Dion. D.
Ronbo. What's happening?
Dion. Fam. Well, D, we know we're faced up against next week, and Kyle Shanahan probably before the Hawks game even came on has already building his game plan. It's gonna be, what's he gonna do, Dion? And do we need to be concerned about what the Vikings can bring at us?
To be honest with you, yeah, the defense actually is something to be concerned about. I like what Joe said on Xavier Rose, where he gets rattled very easily.
What's wrong with them dudes?
But the thing is, to be honest with you, Ronbo, we've been struggling against these tight ends, and though Rudolph's no George Kittle, he still is a good tight end. Look who caught the game-winning touchdown.
Yeah.
Kyle Rudolph. Mm-hmm. And we have struggled against them because of the zone defense that we run. They find those soft spots, and it's easy for them to make plays. I can tell you right now, I have no worries about Kirk Cousins. Kyle Shanahan used to coach him. He knows his strengths. He knows his weaknesses. He will exploit all of that. I'm pretty sure him and Salah are on the phone right now, helping create the game plan. Going, look,
Salah's over at the house.
Yeah, they slept in sleeping bags on the floor watching games all weekend. Probably got to the pajamas on. I'm telling you, this is a game where the only thing we need to really be worried about, honestly, is that front four. Because Everson Griffin, Daniil Hunter, Sheldon Rank,
they bring it, don't they? Yes.
Their D-line does bring it, and their linebackers are very sound. As far as what you said earlier about Harrison Smith on George Kittle,
that was Owen Sullivan. I don't know what's he talking about. Please put Harrison Smith on George.
George would destroy Harrison Smith. Look, man, you remember when Juice ragdolled Fitzpatrick?
Yeah, George be doing the same thing.
Poor child. I mean, your life, flashed before your eyes, and Juice just threw you 7 dimensions away. He gonna do that to Harrison Smith. There's gonna be no hope for you,
man. And Buddha, I give Buddha credit. Buddha did the best job I've ever seen anybody in the NFL do this year against George Kittle. I mean, he actually had George over there hollering at him. No, George is never impressed with anybody. So
Look what he did that last game when he pushed dude all the way in the end zone. They have a screenshot of him laughing. He's like, I love football.
I know, George.
But this game,
it's insane.
This game, simple and plain, is going to come down to our defense versus their offense. All we have to do is make sure that everybody that's healthy is good. And I'm just going to say this right now, and you know how I am about injured players, Ronbo. D4, from me to you, I'm going to holler at you.
Yeah.
When you get on that field, you better stay on that field. I don't need you coming in for 1 play or 4 plays, or maybe 2, and then, my hamstring hurts again. You got to take me out. Tear your hamstring if you have to. Stay on the field. Because we didn't pay you $84 million to come in and sit and watch games from the sideline. I'm sorry. That's going to be a waste of a second-round pick if he comes back and he winds up injured again. Me, personally, Quan will be back. I'm telling you this. I know you don't want to get your feelings hurt. Quan's going to be back. When Quan comes back, it will be the same lift that Watt gave to the Texans defense.
Oh,
You
that's
will
true.
see our defense light up in ways that you never have seen. When he get back on that field, the hot boys are reunited.
Oh.
Man, oh my God, Kirk Cousins is gonna be sitting there. Coach, I got a cold. I'm sick. I can't breathe. I need to sit on the side. No, I don't want to play. It's definitely gonna be a beautiful thing because we have D, we got Quan, we got Kwaski T, we got all these people coming back, and it just makes our defense that much better. So I'm telling you, Ronbo, we got it, baby. Don't even worry
All
about
right,
this.
G.
This
I
is in the
tell you what, we're going to continue tomorrow because I figure Kyle's going to get on the pressure tomorrow and probably a lot during the course of the week. So we find out more tomorrow about Quan. The story's going to be about Quan all week, so I'm going to see you tomorrow, fam. All right?
I'll be back tomorrow night, Ronbo. Hey, man, help me, Ronbo. Just fill my spirit with Niner faithfulness. Take me out.
I do, fam. You know I do. I do. Have a good night, fam. Hey, fam, and check out D. If you see him in the chat, click him up. D's got content for you. Good red and gold stuff. All right, D. Have a good night, fam.
Good night.
All right. Oh, there's the Okie Niner. Okay. Vikings got to travel across the U.S. on 5 days rest. Okie Niner. I hadn't even thought about that. Dang right. And coming into a place where the energy level is going to be extremely high. If they don't meet that energy in the first quarter, this game could find Nick Mullins finishing it up. I'm going to sit Quan down and D in the fourth quarter. Keep them nice and fresh. No possibility of further any damages of any kind. I'm going to get Givens in the middle. I want to see Givens play some more anyway. Because, we already got Earl Mitchell's return. I like what I seen from Givens last week. I don't want him taking away. Earl may be there just to back these guys up, though. Because, come on, man. Is Earl in shape to play right now at a level of intensity we need? Ellis! And, guys, Okie, thanks for the contribution, fam. Ellis!
Yo.
Ellis,
Ronbo,
if you know, man.
what's going on,
Mr. Ellis? Yeah, Ellis, we sizing it up, man. We seen the results of this day, and now, even as we speak, Kyle Shanahan is in that room of his with that one little light on, all the rest of the family off doing other things. Kyle's in there coming up with them diabolical plots. I tell you what, Ellis, if I see Sanders bust back 30 yards behind the line of scrimmage and throw a bomb downfield and Mostert again, I don't know, man. I may have to be hospitalized, bro, because I'll be laughing. I was like, what? Hey, man.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that. Oh,
Yeah, man. Definitely. I think this should be like a statement game for us. I'm not going to discredit the Vikings and what I've seen them, kind of overcome throughout these last few weeks especially.
Yeah.
But, I'm not concerned about it like everybody else. I mean, at the firepower that we have and playing on both sides of the ball, just a sound football game from all three phases. I mean, we're untouchable. That's just being honest.
I agree.
We limit the blemishes. It's all based on how the performance is throughout the game. I don't see really any problem, but it's going to be. I think they're going to be playing hard, and I'm not going to say we're going to blow them out. It'll probably, we might get them by. I guess I'd say if we did, it'd be 2 touchdowns max that we might win the game, but it's probably going to be closer than that, within 7 to 10 points. You know what I'm saying?
True.
I think just because of the intensity and what they may be able to bring, but I don't have any issues about it. I think that what we should be doing is just going out and firing on all cylinders. Like, then it'll probably be a blowout. It might be one of those upsets. That stuff kind of happens, and we're the team that set that set those get that established this round. You know what I mean? This would be a good little energy boost for us. I don't care whether we play the Seahawks or if we play the Packers. I don't believe in conspiracy, but I know that there is some crooked to the game that unbeknownst to many of us. So if we'll play, we'll check. Hey, we gotta make sure we date this call, because if my man is right from earlier, and if we end up talking about this later on, then this will be the moment we got to remember.
You know,
I
but
know.
that'd be like the worst possible thing for that to become, because it takes it away from all of which we enjoy and what we love to see, which is competition. It's supposed to be competitive. Who's made the best man win. But when you got money and different things involved, man, it really taints, the things for us. You know what I mean?
And,
But
and we're talking huge money too, Ellis. Huge money.
Yeah, that we can't even, fathom. So, but I'm on the edge where it's like, hey, we're gonna win, we're gonna play, this is what we're gonna do. But let's just say if that does come, into fruition, then we will be talking about this again. But because it's getting
Alice,
to that
are you
point,
worried at all about our secondary? This is the only concern of mine. The rest of the guys I know will take care of business and do their jobs probably at a high level. But I do worry, and I just say it because I don't know what's happened to him. He's fallen off. I think his confidence is gone. I just hope the coaches will, if you can't instill that confidence back in Akello, then you at least have the wherewithal to understand he's going to take a little more time. And I'm not saying throw him off the team or anything like that, but work with him a little further. In the meantime, let the kid get in there that can get it done. I mean, where's your head on that?
Well, they're not just going to sit Akello completely. I think they're going to probably rotate a lot more with, Mosley, of course, and, they're going to be trying to keeping him more involved on the snaps and let Akello kind of let his performance, his plays that he gets kind of,
dictate how long he stays in the game.
Moving on. Yeah, so, I don't want to. They got some good tight ends, some Mason Rudolph and, the receiver core, their running back. They got some power, but, I think the odds are against them just based on, Shanahan's, relationship with, Kirk Cousins. And then I think just the pressure and what we're going to do defensively, I think it's going to be different for them. I think we're going to be coming full bore because we know we have to. And then the offense is going to do it.
Their defensive coach took Michael Thomas out of the game. They contained him as much as they could. Who are they going to? They're going to have to. The 49ers have now receivers that have to be. Do you take George Kittle out of the game, or do you take everybody else out of the game and make George Kittle beat you? Which direction would you take on that? It's going to be a funny thing.
I don't think there's a way to take George Kittle out of the game. I think because he's not our only our only weapon we have, that if that does become, a situation and we get less production out of him or we're able to, then we can utilize him blocking and other plays offensively, and we got other weapons ready to fire off.
All right.
We don't need
let me hold you right there.
We got him.
Because we're going to revisit this stuff all week long. We're out of time. But Ellis, I'll be looking for you tomorrow, fam. All right.
Okay, champ. All right, have a good one, man. Shout out Niner gang. We gonna do this, man.
Yes, indeed.
Tennessee's looking pretty good too, so we got some good football left.
No, my God. All right, fam. See you tomorrow. Woo! Yes, Tennessee. Wouldn't it be funny that big tank makes it to the final against? Even the Ravens don't want to be bothered with Henry. Hey, Sharon.
Hello, Ronbo. How are you?
Sharon, absolutely fine. Of course, I love winning. We've gotten used to it this year, Sharon, and I can't even imagine at this point losing. We've come too far to suddenly lose, So it's like
we're up by 7 spreads, they say.
I know. Somebody's got a lot of faith in the 49ers. Wow. Woo!
Yes,
Vegas.
I think we got this. I watched the game today, but I was shocked with the Saints were out. I was like, whoa.
Sharon, that shoots a lot of things in them. You know what? Everybody's saying how the Saints are the team to beat. The championship's going to go through New Orleans. And then we got no respect, right? All the talking heads, all the shows. Well, the Saints are probably the number one team in the NFC.
I don't think we're going to get our respect until we get to the Super Bowl. That's how I see it.
But they've got to make a power ranking Monday or Tuesday. Monday. They do it Tuesday. There's no Monday Night Football. They've got to do it tomorrow, Sharon. Where will we rank?
Right. I hope number 1.
Don't trust them.
About, if the Vikings have a chance to win, they would have to double coverage our boys, but that's impossible. I don't see it.
Because Shanahan wants you to do that. You're right. Shanahan wants a defense to double. Once you do that, you open up another whole chapter of his book. So do it.
And I think Shanahan is going to keep Akilo in there because he believes in him. So I don't think he may start Mosley for a minute, but I think he's going to keep Akilo in because he believes that he will do the job. So I don't think he's going to do any changes really there.
And you're right. That's the best way to build character in a player anyway. You've got to trust him. If you really feel in your gut that potentially he can get it done.
And they got to win, too, because this is my birthday weekend.
What? You say this is your birthday weekend?
It's my birthday weekend. Yes, I'll be
this weekend or next weekend?
This weekend.
Oh, Sharon. It's too bad it's not next weekend with a victory with the 49ers involved. We didn't play today. Well, Sharon, you know what that means?
I know.
You know what that means, don't you? It's time to sing for that birthday. Are you ready?
Yes.
She would dare not say no. Happy Niners birthday, Sharon. Happy Niners birthday to Sharon. Happy birthday to Sharon. Hey! Right, well, she could have played today and gotten rid of a team, but we'll have to wait till next week.
I'm so excited. I'm so hyped and everything. I was still looking for another jersey, but I came across one.
Who?
So.
Whose jersey?
I'm getting Bosa.
Oh, yeah. Bosa's, man, those jerseys are going to be harder and harder to find. Him and Kittle are going to be like, you got to order those in advance.
I got a Kittle.
Oh, yeah. I got to get that, too. Nice.
I don't think we have to worry about the Vikings because I watched that game. It's like they kind of move too slow.
I know, right? That division.
It's like their snaps, they take it too slow. They don't snap real quick. They snap real slow, and I was surprised the Saints let them beat them like that because I was like, what happened to Drew Brees today?
I don't know.
And it was the same with Tom Brady.
That was strange. And maybe Sean Payton told him he's going to go coach the Cowboys next year, and Drew couldn't handle it.
By the way, I was looking all over the internet and all over YouTube. Quan Alexander is supposed to be starting on Saturday.
Don't say it.
And D Ford is possibly the play.
D Ford had better be playing. He has no choice. He's had enough time off. Yeah. But Kowalski, of course, no problem.
Said all three of our guys are probably going to be good to go Saturday.
Oh. Saints be praised. Sharon, we got to go. I'll be looking for you tomorrow, though, okay?
Most definitely, Ronbo. You have a good night. Go night.
You too. And happy birthday.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
See, everybody's talking about putting 56 back on the field. I will.
Ronbo, what's up, man?
Well, you know, man, I'm sitting back here. You know, we had a week to not have to get all crazy and all nervous and scared. You know, I ain't got no business doing that with the team we got, but I just don't want to see no accidents like one almost happened last week. I mean, well, look at that. Them sorry-ass Hawks was that close due to some situations that had no business taking place in the first place. We could have lost that game. But due to being a superior team, the better team came to win and did. But they made it unnecessarily close. But Will, next week is the Vikings. What are you looking for? What do you think's going to happen? Where, who, how, weaknesses, strengths, everything. Will, give us the Will rundown.
Man, I think the Vikings did something that they shouldn't have done because they in trouble now. They in big trouble. I'm big trouble. I'm totally shocked that both the Patriots and Saints are out the playoffs. It's like
you both.
And is this real? Like, what's really going on? Jersey Joe something.
Hey, JJ.
Man, Vikings in trouble, man. don't get me wrong. I'm not going to underestimate this team because you don't underestimate any team. But
True.
from what I've seen today, Vikings defensive line got pressure on Breeze. They really
Didn't they?
did.
They was all over him.
Yeah, yeah. But we got everybody's back at the right time, Ronbo. This defense that we have is about to be the same team we've seen in week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6, week
If that's
7,
the
week
case,
8. You know, with Quan coming back, D4 coming back and Tart, we about to get back to where we were in the beginning. Ronbo, we have been the most battle-tested team this season.
I agree.
From what we've been through, the 3-game gauntlet with the Packers, Ravens, and Saints, the close games where it comes to inches, the close games where it comes to a turnover or whatnot. Ronbo, we won in every way you can think possible.
I know. Field goals the last second. This team is grisly.
Field goals, all of that. The only way we can put ourselves out is if we kick our own selves out by self-inflicted mistakes. So,
and we've gotten past
Kyle
that
Shanahan,
too, Will. Stop doing that, actually.
Right. Yeah, we have. And that's another good thing. That's a great point. We have. Kyle Shanahan, man, is about to
open that book.
Playbook on fire.
He's going to open it up, Will. Talk about it.
He's about to open it up.
It's playoffs.
We gonna see plays we haven't seen all season, Ronbo.
I'm feeling it. I think so.
Man,
2 weeks to open them up. 2 weeks to work on that stuff.
And Vikings got a short week. They got to come to the West Coast. You got all the defensive players coming back. Kirk Cousins about this. He don't realize it, man. He don't realize on how much trouble he's in. 49ers offense, I tell you what, Vikings DB, they undisciplined. Debo, Emmanuel Sanders, they don't eat. Kittle gonna eat. The only challenge is for the offensive line. Offensive line has to step up because you have a defensive line that is coming. They coming. I can't underestimate the Viking D-line. Everson, Griffin, all them guys, they coming. So it's up to the offensive line.
But Will, I just want to say one thing about that. You know what's going to happen now, don't you? George Kittle is going to be like a decoy half the game. People are looking for George to go out and just destroy him. Watch George stay in and block. Watch somehow they reassign Juice, and they let everybody else, especially Debo, can be dependent upon now. You got George back there helping out with the block. You got Juice back there helping out with the block 75% of the time. Now, all of a sudden, you got stronger. The run game, look for Mostert and maybe Matty B to take this game apart. And then...
Yeah, I think Matty B going to get a lot of playing. I think they were saving him for the playoffs. So I think we're about to see a lot of Matty B. We about to see the before now we've seen in the first half of the season, both offense and defense. So we locked up and loaded. I mean, this is like a blessing in disguise. Perfect timing, Ronbo. Tart, D4, and Quan Alexander. Who would have thought Quan Alexander was gonna come back? The man is back, and his defense is ready to terrorize whoever comes on Levi's field. So. We ready, man.
It makes you feel so.
I don't feel no team in the playoff bracket right now. You got Seattle. Seattle got lucky again. Wentz got hurt. Wentz got hurt, so Seattle got lucky again.
I know their luck runs out.
But
I
don't think they're gonna win in Green Bay. Now those other conditions up there, I don't know.
But we got to wrap it. Let me tell you what. I'm gonna look for you tomorrow and probably a lot next week. So every time Kyle speaks, we're going to be right here. All right, Viv.
All right, man. Shout out to you, Ronbo, man. Shout out to my TNT family, player partner Trey, Big Show, Russo, Shay Lewis, Red 49. He's Jerry Fresh, man. Shout out to the Ronbo Sports Fan Club, Rico, Jersey, Joe Sheik, Sewell, Coach Tim, Steve, all them guys, man. F the Rams, F Rudy, they lost Super Bowl, only scored 3 points. Got 55 points put on by the book, so we beat 31-17. San Francisco 49ers beat the LA Rams twice this season. They're out of playoff contention, and they were always in favor of being bankrupt. All right, one more.
So true. Night, Will. And I see requests for me not to wear my black jersey. Come on, it's Rice. It's 8-0. If anything is good luck, I ain't gonna wear it though. I'm just saying. Right? And it's hey Rod. Rod, are you driving?
Ronbo. Oh, Ronbo, what's up, man? Nah,
Hey, Rod.
still for a change.
Your speaker. There's a speaker going on. There's a feedback. Can you? Is there a
Better.
speaker in you?
Yo, look.
That's the one.
Look,
Yeah,
man,
I did it.
I'm looking at the day. That help? Give me a second. Give me a sec. Yeah. That better?
Yeah, oh, no, your volume on your you're a little low now. Get close to that mouthpiece. But go ahead. Let me hear you.
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I'm watching today, and I'm like, okay. I look at the Vikings, and I'm listening to the media, and they're trying to big up Kirk Cousins, and I'm like, this is the same goddamn Kirk Cousins that laid a big-ass egg against Green Bay 2 weeks ago. It's the same dude that got sacked 3 straight plays when the game was on the line 2 weeks ago. Well, excuse me, 3 weeks ago. It's the same dude. I'm like, yes, the Viking defense is a stout defense, and yes, Danielle Hunter and them are gonna bring pressure. But we got Big Mike back at the right guard position. The original starting offensive line will be in place.
Rod,
next week.
Rod, did you read anything on that yet? I've not heard. I forgot about that. I've not heard anything about it. Is Purse's neck feeling better now?
As far as I know, he was supposed to be back. He wasn't on the injury list that I saw this week, but we'll see. I guess Tuesday, Wednesday.
No.
I'm like,
if that's the case, he's probably fine.
Everybody's hype about Quan being back. We need it. I'm like, it'd be nice, but
we'll be fine without him. I agree with that.
I'm good with Dre Greenlaw and El Shafir in there.
Don't disrespect him. I agree. He's done a great job.
As long as we got Ford. I'm like, as long as we got Ford and Tart, those are the 2 most important people we needed back.
But you know what? I still feel better if I got them both. If I got Greenlaw and Quan, I'm Bob. What are you talking about? Oh, yeah.
As long as we got Ford that can come out here, I'm like, I don't even need him to play half the game. I just need him out there on passing situations. Go get Kirk. And Tart, get that shit back right in the secondary. I'm like, Marcel Harris, he filled in, but ain't nothing like having that hammer back there.
No, and also Krosky's seen things that Marcel hasn't seen yet, and he knows how to react. So yeah, you're right.
Like,
but Marcel's doing a good job. He's coming on
back there to see it all, man. And I'm like I said, I'm like, I ain't worried about them. If we jump out on them 10-0, the game's over. I'm like, the only reason the Vikings were in this for this game is because they jumped out first, and Kirk didn't have a chance to fuck it all the way up. I'm like, they let him get the OT. Kirk had him a nice little drive, and they scored and they won. But if you put the Vikings on the bad side of the scoreboard early, they are done. Kirk is going to throw you into a W.
And Rod,
he has not done it.
And check this out, Rod. You figure since Diggs was crying about his touches, now next week, if they start forcing the ball, because Kirk doesn't want Diggs with his lips all stuck out and complaining all game long, they're going to start forcing the ball to Diggs. That could play right into Richard Sherman's hands or whomever's on him. You know what I'm saying? I like the dissolving that's going on around that organization. So go ahead. Y'all, they keep complaining. If Dalvin Cook runs on us, we got a problem, though.
I'm like, the thing about it is the Vikings tried to get, I'm like, our defensive line is better than what the Saints defensive line is. And the Vikings tried to get cute with New Orleans and tried to run all that east-west instead of getting vertical with it.
Yeah.
Like, they want to go east-west with us? Oh, we can stop that all day.
I'm
like, we get Earl Mitchell up to speed, I think we can stop them from going north-south a little bit, too. Put them in those third and medium and third and long situations. And if we can, like I say, with Tart being back, I think that helps with our tight end coverage. I'm like, if Quan is back, and I'm like, I hope he is. That will help even more. But as long as Tart is back,
Yes.
I think, like I said, if Tardy's back, we can jump out to a 10-0 lead
Look out
before
there.
halftime. That's done. They're done. You got a five-star
Green,
loss. You get out to a
Rod,
10-0 lead, they done.
Rod, we got to roll. We're going to be back tomorrow night, though. Be looking for you, all right?
That's that. Niners.
Yes. Night, Rod. Oh, God. And Cynthia, don't assume. Cynthia says, does that mean if we win next week, we have to play the Hawks? Cynthia, the Hawks have their own demons ahead of them. And if they can get out of that cold weather in Green Bay, okay, then maybe be concerned about it. But don't assume they're going to beat the Packers. The only reason they won today is because Philly had everybody out. Hey, Shabazz!
Whoa, talk to me, baby.
Shabazz, I'm talking about, here we go. Ain't got to deal with
the facts, baby. This is what I wanted. This is how I laid out. Okay, it's a festival. It's a fiesta. It's a party. Oh man, Breeze at home. Oh man, Brady at home. The Saints always crying. We got cheated. We got cheated. Score them points you always score, Breeze. But second, Watt and Quan injury was 4 days apart. Watt got injured that Sunday.
That's what I wanted to know. All right.
Quan got injured the Thursday night game in Arizona, week 8. So technically, he's missed half a season. He got injured week 8. That's when Quan got injured that Thursday
half
night
the
game.
Season.
Another caller was saying who went out in that Seahawks game. It wasn't nobody defensively. It was Kittle and Emmanuel. Emmanuel went out and Kittle didn't play. Now,
right,
we're moving past that. This is lining up like how I want it because I want to ooh la la. I want to take out the Vikings first. And I'm sorry, Non-Empire. I'm rooting for the Sea Chickens next Wednesday because what better NFC championship than a stomp on Little Russell's heart, hurt Sierra's baby by beating them in a championship. Come on, it'll be revenge for what they did to us when Bo tore his knee. We're at home. We got cheated that year, remember, by the Saints, and we didn't get the home game. Now we get them Sea Chickens one more again. Come on, that is just.
I agree. I want that so bad. Shabazz, it ain't going to happen. But that's what I'm talking about. The Hawks can't do nothing with the 49ers.
No, they can't do nothing with us, and I just don't think Aaron Rodgers is it. I think he's going to be another old man exit.
I know,
Mark my words. In that AFC, I'm more worried about Deshaun Watson than anybody because he's the dark horse over there. But don't say Shabazz just said. That boy is a dark horse.
And Shabazz, you think he's like a little more lethal than Action Jackson?
Yeah, because you know what? Jackson ain't been there. Mahomes has been there.
That's true.
Watson has been there. You know what? You know what else? Jackson's gonna be more rusty. They're gonna be more rusty than us because
I know taking all this time off.
17, and I'm gonna tell you what else about the Ronbo. Lady Luck ain't on their side because they on a 13-game win streak now.
Oh, the lucky 13. It's time. It's time.
It's time to catch an L. And if they catch an L, hey, you already know. So, yeah, the conspiracy theories I heard earlier, I can see them wanting Green Bay and Kansas City. But I don't think Green Bay, look, the NFC West is the best division in football. I'm sorry, guys.
No doubt about that.
And I think just like that year, we played them. Remember, we went into Green Bay and smacked them. We went into Carolina and smacked Carolina, and then we got cheated against the Hawks. So, hey, call it deja vu. I mean, how you a Niner fan and you didn't want this? Like, come on, man. I don't want it to be too easy. Come on.
I know that's true.
Baby, I don't want it to be
because then ain't nobody going to give us any respect. That's true.
That's the part right there, Ronbo, because ESPN and all the naysayers had already crafted Breeze. Breeze is going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Well, watch tomorrow.
The Super Bowl goes through. Oh, my God. I love it.
Watch Ryan Clark. Watch Big Mouth Stephen A. Smith. Watch Skip and Shannon Sharp. Skip. Russell Wilson's going to the Super Bowl.
He always calls him 3 to 4 times.
So when we beat Seattle on the NFC Championship, everybody gonna have a stupid look on their face.
I know,
and that's the way I want it, Ronbo. That's the way I want it. And Ronbo, I know I gotta go. I want to do my shout outs always. Shout out to my people with the Memphis and Mississippi chapter, Nita, Nana Man KK,
My boy Marvin, who picked up his 49er playoff tickets, him and his queens going to the game. He showed me love. I showed him love, gave him a good price. And that's it, Ronbo, because I got to be home for this one because for the NFC Championship, I'm going to be up there and I'm going to treat all them Sea Chicken fans how they treated me. And it ain't going to be nice.
I love it.
And can I get one time, Ronbo, ooh la la.
Ooh la 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 la. Ooh la la. Getting ready to own the NFL. Oh,
yes,
Shabazz.
All right. Talk to y'all later.
All right, fam. Have a great night.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good night.
Oh, man. Oh, and Owen Sullivan's back. Owen says he's got a weather forecast. It's going to rain in Levi's on Saturday. Thanks, Owen, for the cash and those wonderful words of wisdom. Owen, we have a field design that water can't take over the game, though. That's what you call design and intelligence. So even if it's raining, it doesn't mean the game's over. Well, this is in Washington. Harold!
What's up, Ronbo?
Harold, we're just sitting back here digesting what's just taking place this past weekend and looking at our chances for next Saturday. Harold, how you feeling about the game coming up next week, Harold? Do we have a shot? Is Kirk Cousins dead meat? Is Dalvin Cook going to do a number on us? Is Quan Alexander really going to make his triumphant return next week? Hot boys!
Man, we got D Ford. We got a healthy D Ford and a Jakuski tart.
That's all we need.
Oh boy,
I know.
Kirk Cousins might get hurt. He's gonna be getting attacked.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think we got a real good chance to beat them, man. The only people I'm really worried about is we got to control Daniil Hunter and Everson Griffin. If we can control them, keep them off of Jimmy, we're gonna be all right.
Harold, I tell you what, you're going to see something different from Kyle's offensive attack anyway. Because Kyle's dealt with these kind of lines before when he was in Atlanta. And you notice, you rarely see Matty Ice drop it to the dirt. I have a feeling we're going to see some things from Kyle in the playoffs that we're not going to understand, comprehend, or believe. We're going to say things like, damn, I ain't never seen him do that before. I got a feeling we'll be saying that a lot come next Saturday.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope he was saving some stuff for the playoffs, man. I hope he brings his tricks out the bag, man, and we'll be all right, man. I heard somebody earlier say that Boone's gonna get an INT. I hope he gets a DNP. I don't want to see him in the game.
I was trying to figure out a DNP.
Did not play.
I know. I just got it. But you know,
I need Mosley in there, man. I need Mosley.
I know. I'd feel more comfortable.
I need Mosley.
I don't know what's going on with Spoon. I really need to know: is it mental? Is it physical? Is he healed up? We need to be able to establish what is it, Spoon. You didn't look like this in the first 2 or 3 weeks of the season. What happened to you? So I'm trying to understand.
I don't know, man. I just remember, man, I wasn't a big fan of him last year, and then beginning of the year he did all right. He did pretty good. But then I remember the first game that Emmanuel came in, man, and we were playing the Browns, and I can't think of the Browns quarterback name.
Oh, Baker.
He threw a pass.
Baker. Just always think of Nick Bosa. Baker. You good?
He threw a pass to Odell in the end zone though, and Mosley was kind of beat, but he came back into the play and deflected it. And I was like, I don't think Spoon would have done that.
Yeah.
And after that, I was like, I like Mosley, man. And so I was a little mad when they brought Spoon back. I was a little mad.
Mosley's got. That boy's got some quick twitch fibers, and he be riding dudes. You know how you're taught to ride a man's hip as you're running down the field. You rotate. There's a rhythm you're supposed to develop. You take a check back and you keep your hand on that guy and you try to rub right up against him. These are techniques that you learn early on. This is why I don't know where Spoon's technique is. So anyway, we'll see. I mean,
and ain't the Seahawks the goddamn luckiest team in the goddamn world? Like, how much you want to bet? How much you want to bet Aaron Rodgers has the flu next week?
You know what?
And Aaron Rodgers don't play some bullshit.
Oh, don't. He better play. Michael Jordan played with the flu. He better get his flu butt out there and have his best game like Jordan did when he was sick.
Yeah.
You know? So, hey, fam, we got to pull up. Let me see it. I'm going to see you next week a lot. We're going to be back in here talking a lot because, man, this is going to be a lot to talk about next week. All right?
Yes, sir. I'll get at you, man.
All right, fam. Be looking for you. Have a good night.
All right, later.
Oh, God. He's right, though. If anything strange comes on between now and next week with Green Bay, I'm going to be mad as hell. Hey, Derek!
Ronbo!
And Derek, I want to clean something up before I go for it. I want the Seahawks. I mean, everybody's saying Rodgers is the guy you need to want because he'd be easier, but we don't want a cakewalk. If Russell Wilson is the premier MVP candidate, bring his little MVP butt on in here. Oh, I'd give nothing. I'd rather see them than the because quite frankly, I still think that they'd be the easier contest, but we ain't supposed to be thinking that way. You want the hardest competition.
I just don't want us to look past the Vikings. One thing that I haven't heard tonight, Ronbo, is that O-line's got rest, man, and that's going to be key in that run game. I don't think they're going to be able to stop it.
You mean the 49ers?
Yeah, our run game should be pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's rested. Then, just like one of the callers already said, they got to fly across 5 days travel.
Oh, 5 days short week and get your butt in the San Francisco area to get it, meet it, and try to defeat it. It's asking too much. And the 49ers been healing up, Derek. Healing up.
Kyle's been in the lab for a whole week, Ron.
Oh. The man. Oh. Kyle could actually get a job as an intelligence agent with Washington. The guy's mind is a steel trap. You know what I'm saying? I can't imagine. He's already looked at the Cousins and company. I like that. Mm-hmm. And he's already got a game plan already lined up. He's just got to go out there and get his guys to comprehend it, execute it to excellence, and let's just roll on into the final.
The question is, Ronbo, who at this point in the season, we know who everybody is. Who do you trust, Jimmy or Kurt?
Oh, all day.
Exactly.
Yes.
Because
Kurt's he's got a reputation for messing up.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know, Ronbo. I don't think they can stop us. I don't want to look. Stay humble and look at each week as it comes.
Derek?
Hello?
No, I'm right here. Something electronically happened. I'm not sure what it was, but go ahead.
Oh yeah, I just I definitely trust Jimmy over Kurt, and I don't think they can take us, Ronbo. We got to take whoever's in front of us, just like a fight. You don't look past anybody. So
you know what, Derek? Though, have you noticed recently how the 49ers have seemingly matured quickly? Most guys are on their job and on their assignment. You're seeing guys now that look so different from the beginning of the season, especially the offense. I'm looking at Debo, and I'm trying to understand. You guys got him out there looking like a seasoned vet. What is up with that? And he looks confident,
I noticed that too, Ronbo.
And
he looked phenomenal last game.
Doesn't he? And look at Kendrick with the clutch catches. Ooh. Okay.
Yep. The one thing, Ronbo, before...
hold on, Derek. Derek, hold on a second. Listen, guy, hey, please do not unmute. Please do not unmute. If you're calling in, just hang tight, and we'll take it from there, okay? Because when you unmute, you cause those sounds. Please, don't unmute. We'll get to you in a minute. All right, go ahead, Derek.
Yeah, before I go, Ronbo, the one thing I do want to see is I would like to see Mosley start. I'm not saying,
know.
let's ship Akilo off, but they've given him time since he's been back from his injury. And it's really the only reason Seattle was in the game with him.
I know. And they think they did a good job. They didn't do a good job. Akilo fell down on his job.
Akilo did good. And then he got hurt, and nobody can figure out what's going on with him. But we don't really need that now. It's playoff time. One and done. So, but yeah, Ronbo. Have a good night. Thanks for having me. Let's keep this train rolling, everybody.
Derek, appreciate you, fam. I'm gonna see you tomorrow if you get time. All right. Good night.
Oh yeah. Thanks, Ronbo.
Thank you. Oh God. And let's see. IMD got hung up on. And by the way, if you do get hung up, it's not us, it's the system. But when you do call in, please do not unmute. Please do not unmute. It causes all kind of strange things. Hey, Wretched Drummer, come on in.
Hello. Yo, can you hear me, Ronbo?
Rich, loud and clear, loud and clear. And I know that you're telling me right now that the 49ers are going to win, and you're going to tell us why and what we need to look out for. What are some of the things that we need to be cautious about? And Quan Alexander is going to return as the leader of the Hot Boys. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. All right. So I heard you asking earlier when J.J. Watt got injured compared to Quan. So Quan got injured on October 31st, and J.J. Watt, it was on October 27th. So literally like 4 days
Yeah, somebody just pointed that out. So if you do the math, then JJ just returned this past Saturday. Quan has every right to return next week.
Yep, and he actually called up J.J. Watt and asked him for tips and everything. He's even Quan said he was encouraged after the phone call.
And that's a good guy to call to get fired up. J.J. Watt. I like him a lot.
Yeah, he's a good dude. And then the Ravens actually play the Titans next week. They don't play the Chiefs next week.
I can't wait to see that. Let's see if they can do anything with Big Henry. Boy, Henry is crazy scary. That's going to be hilarious. I can't wait to see that game.
Yeah, he's good, man. That running back's good.
Yeah, but I hope he loses. You know why? Because I don't want him to fool around and get to the Super Bowl, and we got to deal with Mrs. Henry's baby boy, Derek. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious. That dude is a monster, man. Whew, good God.
Yeah, he's a beast. And then Vikings, honestly, whichever team we played, I know that Shanahan's got a plan ready and the team's ready. They're going to prepare. They're going to take it seriously, man. They're not going to waste this opportunity, just like we talked about last week when we played Seattle.
Right.
They knew it was on the line and they had to capitalize on it. So, I mean, I'm not cocky about it, but I have a lot of faith and confidence.
Yeah, it's okay to be confident. We got every reason to be confident. We should be a 15-1 team at minimum. And the thing is, the 13-3 was pretty much an accident. The Falcons was a joke. The Hawks know the only reason they won that game is because they got an opportunity that we gave them to win that first game. See, 14, 15-1, that's where the confidence comes from. This team is ready.
Yeah, they're battle tested, man, and they don't give up till the last second. They don't get discouraged, even if they're down, don't matter how, if they're down, they don't, they don't take it for granted.
You could see it in their faces.
Battle tested.
Look at him. And that's why when people talk about Jimmy G, look at Jimmy G on the sideline. When the 49ers have 1 minute and 30 seconds to see if they can right the ship, look at G's face. Does he look scared? Does he look rattled? Even through a game and he's been sacked a few times, he's still, I'll bring it. Let's go. See, that's why I got believed for this team.
He could take a hit. He could take some hits.
Doesn't concern.
And then Shanahan knows Cousins, too. So, he's going to tell Saleh,
I know.
He's going to tell Saleh a few things about what Cousins is going to be doing. And then we already got analysts saying, there's never been a playoff game at Levi Stadium. They might not even have home field advantage. So I'm going to be there at that game. And anyone else that goes to that game, you guys better be loud on Saturday when our defense is out there, man. We got to show them what that Levi Stadium, we got to set a standard there. We got to protect the home.
Analysts kill me, boy. Analysts are out there trying to pump up the viewing, see? So it's like, everything's like WWE. You got to go up there and pump it up. This is Winter Slam. Coming up.
Oh yeah, yep. And honestly, like however this season ends, we already exceeded every expectation, man. And the team's
Every
hungry.
one of them.
And this is just the beginning, man. Like this isn't going to be a one and done like the Rams. This is barely starting right now, brick by brick. Trust the process. And one more thing, Big Show, you owe Ronbo his KB jersey.
Big Show has actually quietly given it to me without losing face. Big Show has made some huge contributions on the chat on several different occasions. He actually bought the jersey without admitting that he was wrong. And KB gave him a shout out just recently. Razor went and got that for us.
All right, man. Shout out to you, Ronbo. Shout out to everybody. And let's get this win, man. Let's get it going. Quest for 6, baby. Woo!
Set. All right, fam. Talk to you later. God, have you thought about the impact of that statement, what he just made? What if the 49ers upped and got 6 now? Because I'm looking at the 49ers down the road because we built this team right. We got rookies. We got youngsters coming in. They got contracts. They're still on the rookie contracts. Look at a guy like Debo who's got a 4 or 5 year window minimum. Gosh. Coach! He said, I think Givens plays pass rush mainly, not run. Streets should play more inside versus run. No, I agree. I like the way Givens is just, nobody bullies him. And I was impressed with that. Kid is strong. He's got legs like tree trunks, but that's what comes from being that size. His balance is amazing. KD216, did Ronbo sing me 9 a birthday yet? KD, could you be... Are you Diego? Okay, I will. Let me check out. Because I'll call you KD. Somebody wrote me a letter and said the birthday was on January 1st. I got to check that out. Coach also said it's my birthday on Wednesday the 8th. I don't really celebrate it. Just a shot of whiskey and a salute to my fallen bros from the Corps. And ode to living one more year. Coach. Coach, can we do it on the 8th? Because I'm pretty sure we're going to, what, is that on a Wednesday or something? I'm pretty sure we're going to be here a lot next week. Let's do it on that day to give it more. So the novelty is not, it's more right on target, okay? Let me keep this down because I'm making a note of it, all right? So let's go ahead and do KD right now then. Happy, happy Niners birthday in this playoff year to KD. Happy Niners birthday, KD. Happy. Birthday to my brother, Niners KD. I don't know why you guys make me act silly. You know I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? And now, one of the founding members of TNT. He hails from Virginia. One of the most brilliant minds in football, Trey from VA.
Finally. And I do mean finally.
Trey, it hasn't been cute and cuddly. It's not Monday night, but I know you got some things to bring.
It's been a little warm and fuzzy and a little cute and cuddly. Brother Ronbo, shout out to you. We deserve it this time, though. Shout out to you and shout out to my TNT brothers, my family, everybody in the chat, everybody. You know what? The NFL doesn't know what they have on their hands right now.
Oh.
They haven't shown us respect, Ronbo.
No.
They haven't shown us respect all year. We were called pretenders.
Mm-hmm.
You were picked to go 3-13, finish third in the NFC West.
Adam Rank.
Just barely above the Cardinals. You see what I mean? But you know what we did though? You know what we did though, Ronbo?
I know what we did.
We blocked out the noise. We blocked out the noise. We didn't listen to anybody. We stuck to the script. We did what we did. We built this over time. Remember, Ronbo, we said brick by brick, right?
Yes, we did.
And I said this summer that you're not going to keep building my house for 3 years and telling me to stay on the outside. I want to see what's on the inside of that house.
Have you
Kyle
lived in a
Shanahan,
hotel?
John Lynch, you know, got us living out here. But Ronbo, here's the thing, though, Ronbo. What we're about to do, we are about to add range. We're about to add speed. We're about to add athleticism and experience with Jaquaski Tart, with my man, my hot boy, Quan Alexander, and then D Ford. Ronbo, if D Ford can just give me 15 pass rushes on third down,
thank you.
That's all I need. I need my 4 horsemen to ride. I need those guys to saddle up. I need Buckner. I need Armstead. I need Bosa. I need Fulmer. I need the 4 horsemen to ride again. Because when they were riding, Ronbo, we were the best defense. We were talking about historic defenses, weren't we?
I'm telling you, sweeping across, not rape, but pillaging and robbing. I mean, it was crazy. Teams didn't have a chance.
Teams didn't have a chance, Ronbo. We got to see Mostert this week. We got to see Mostert early and often. The Vikings are a very stout run defense up the middle, but on the edges they can be had. And speaking of being had, did you guys see Xavier Rhodes? Looks like he just can't get right.
He's coming undone.
Looks like those roads are going to be open, and we need to make sure.
Yeah, I see what you did there, Trey.
You like that? You like? Okay. I get it from you, Ronbo. I get it from you. You're the king of puns. You know,
Sure,
I gotta. But the thing is that one thing that we have to make sure we do: offensive line, Joe Staley, Mike McGlinchey, those edges, because Griffin and Hunter are coming. And that's what scares me. That's about it. With that being said, Ronbo, I will take. We're not gonna do it long, but I will take absolutely zero Kirk Cousins slander for the next week. I don't want to hear it. I don't want you guys to talk about it. Kirk shouldn't be here right now, Ronbo. Kirk's trash, remember? What is he doing here in the playoffs? What is he doing here? He doesn't win.
He's improved. He's improved a lot over this last few weeks, too.
Right. You know what, Ronbo, we're not going to do it too long. I know that it's extremely tight out here, Ronbo. I want to tell you one thing, man. We went 2-14. We went 4-12, and you and that production staff still came here and gave us a great show and entertained us. I'm talking about when it was only 50, 60, 70, 100 people in the chat. They still put on for us. And I want to say from the bottom of my heart, I know all of the guys over at TNT's heart, we just want to say thank you for everything that you guys do, because you are the real MVPs of this right here. We're going to get up out of here. Hey, shout out to everybody. It was real cute and cuddly tonight. It feels so good because guess what? On Monday, we're going to do some hollering.
He's strict, but he's fair. All right, Trey.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you, man. Thank you, sir. Take care, everybody.
Hey, fam.
All right,
looking forward to hearing from you tomorrow, too. All right.
Yes,
there is Trey, who never comes in with anything weak, from VA. All right, and
I'm not gonna tolerate this. I'm not gonna let Trey get away with this, man. You were the biggest Kirk Cousins fan, and on the start of the show, we should have gone Kirk Cousins. Well, you know what? Who's 13-3 and who barely made it to the playoffs?
I don't want to hear it. Justin, 15 yards. He just said you got to get moratorium this week, Justin. You can't pick on him about Kirk Cousins. I was a supporter of Kirk Cousins too.
Ronbo, I'm here to get all of my Kirk Cousins love because I said that he was a good player. So, Justin, if you want to give me my love, I'd appreciate it.
No,
Justin.
because this Kirk love even got a topic. Even I remember at the beginning, like 2 months ago, it was even a month. Like, oh, should the 49ers trade Jimmy Garoppolo for Kirk Cousins?
Justin, you know what? You know what though? We need to do a whole program on this particular subject because you know why? We didn't know about Jimmy Garoppolo yet. There were some other options out there that weren't as good as Kirk Cousins, Justin, and that is true, especially for Kyle Shanahan's offense, which is not easy. Right? And I know Trez is trying to get on the line, block him, but the thing is, it's true. So, hey, that's all right. Let's talk about that later. Justin, give me some about the game coming out next week. Other than,
Well, I think. So, what did you happen to watch the Saints and Vikings game, or did you
no, I was
bits and
tired.
parts of it?
I'm going to go back and watch it. I want to know what happened. I want to look at it really closely and slowly, because normally when I'm watching the game, I'm doing a lot of other things, but I'm going to watch this game closely. I want to know why and what exactly happened. I saw the end of the game.
The Saints started off slow. The Saints really started off slow.
Energy.
In the beginning, in the beginning, they were 3. It was 3-3 in the second quarter. The Saints started really slow. There was no running game. There was no passing game. It didn't start off. The passing game didn't kick off until the third quarter, and that was in the middle, at 7 minutes. For some reason they were not. There was no momentum for the offense at all, and the Vikings took advantage, and they were able to score. Eventually, I think what the weaknesses of this team is self-imploding. So the Vikings Stephon Diggs had a tantrum on the sideline in the third quarter.
I do not.
And then
like
I believe
Debo wide receivers. I hope we never develop one. I don't think Debo has that in him, and I know Kendrick doesn't. Jalen Hurd, we don't know about. Trent Taylor's not like that. I hate that. Don't make a scene on the sidelines.
Yeah. Especially when you only got 2 catches for 14 yards, so why I don't understand. Yeah, so
I'd be a bad
I predict that Vikings are probably going to move on from him. The Vikings will probably move on from him.
Don't trade him to
probably all season.
The 49ers cannot look at him because you know what? I'd say if I had a receiver like that, listen, let's go in the locker room a minute, let's talk. You'd hear us yelling and screaming out that I say, look, I'm trying to win a game here, damn it. Grow the hell up. Do your job and let me do mine. Otherwise, I swear to God, I will put you in your clothes and you will sit in the stands right now. You just got to, man. You're blowing focus
he's
out
here. He's a talented player. He's a talented player. I'm not going to lie. I remember 3 years ago when he was about to hit the free agency, I remember a bunch of Fournette friends were like, hey, maybe we should go get him. Now, he's slowly starting to decreasing that production that it started decreasing where he's not getting open that much. He's not getting touches. It feels like he's just another, feels like another, I forget what receiver we had that there wasn't, Crabtree. Crabtree for a little bit, when he didn't get the ball that much, he started complaining. Last year of his contract, he was complaining a lot because he didn't get the ball, if anybody remembers.
I know, I remember him. He had a lot of issues.
Kind of feels like that situation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So and that's why we always see the ball come and even forced it to him when it wasn't a good idea. So that's where that's at.
Yeah. And it's going to be raining too. It's going to be raining too on Sunday. So on Saturday. It's going to be raining. So.
Well, that's fine.
We got to prepare for the rain, please. Please, Niners. I can't have no rest in the game, okay? I can't have nothing.
We don't have that kind of a field, Justin. Don't worry about it. Just we're out of time. Justin, let me see tomorrow, fam, and probably a lot during the week. See, all right.
Yes, and please start off with this topic against Kirk Cousins because I cannot stand this boy Kirk Cousins. Man.
We got time. We're gonna do that. All right. Like Justin. I love when people get caught. You get wrong around here, boy. Nobody forgets it. Hey, Joey 49. Thanks, fam. Appreciate that. Hieronymus Media. It says, just contribution. Thanks, Hieronymus. I see a pound sign next to it. I love it. That's bigger than $1, Hieronymus. Woo! All right. Thanks, fam. I know we talked about it on Twitter. Thanks. And, hey, Omar down in Dade City, the 49er faithful rep. Omar!
Ronbo. What's going on, Ronbo?
Omar, I said, Omar, you sound like you lost your voice. Are you okay?
No, man, I'm fine. I'm just laying down.
All right. Omar,
yes, sir.
As it's been revealed who we will be dealing with next weekend. Omar, what do you think, Omar? Are you concerned about Mrs. Cousins' baby boy? Can Jimmy G go out there and look razor sharp as he has been?
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not worried about the Vikings. I'm glad to beat the Saints, but I'm not too worried about him because when you pressure him, he makes mistakes. And with our guys being 100% healthy, man, this dude's in trouble. He's in trouble. And
they're rested too.
And us playing Levi and the Levi crowd behind us, it's gonna get loud. It's gonna get nasty real quick. I'm telling you, man, that dude's gonna fall. And man, it's like the caller said in the beginning. I ain't afraid of nobody. Our team is too good, man.
Wait.
Ain't no way we can lose.
Wait. Hold on, Omar. I got to address this real quick. Dan Castillo says, so who do the Cowboys and Raiders play next week? Asking for a friend. Okay, go ahead. Continue.
Man, that's pretty funny. That was pretty good.
Man, okay.
Man, I can't wait for the game. And since the Saints lost, it's almost a cakewalk to Miami. I mean, there ain't nothing given to us, but, and we can't take the Vikings lightly. But, man, this is a golden opportunity because we won't see Breeze there. But the only thing that's going to make it great if the Ravens lose.
Hey, Omar, but you know what? When I look at Derrick Henry, what he did to the Patriots yesterday, I tell you what, I've got some reservations about dealing with that dude, man. Okay, we'll see what happens because, man, damn. Did you see him running through people like they weren't even standing there? Whoa.
Man, I ended up seeing that, and he was dragging in linebackers way back. He ran through them guys like a bunch of bowling pins.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is crazy.
Rob Saleh's going to have to come up with a plan. Omar, if we get the Super Bowl and end up playing Titans, there's got to be a very strategic and intelligent plan. I don't want 49ers getting hurt out there because Jimmy Ward will be the first one to throw his body out there in front of him like he's lost his mind. He ain't got enough weight, but he'll do it. And we got a few guys that are brave like that. Man, go ahead.
I think now, man, let me ask you something. Like, why didn't Bill Belichick? I'm just wondering why. Like maybe he didn't do it for a reason. Why didn't he put an 8-man front against them and just shut him down that way?
Tannehill's become a better quarterback. That might have been a risk, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, but if you have an 8-man front, you can take him out the game. But like I said, man, like maybe Bill Belichick didn't trust his guys. I mean, nobody talked about that. I'm just saying, I'm throwing it out there.
Well, I agree, but it's hard to question Belichick. That dude, I don't know that I think they may have wanted to take Derrick Henry out of that game, but they couldn't. And that's funny because Belichick always can figure these things out defensively. He'll take your best weapon away from you.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry ran for damn near 200 yards.
Yo, man, that cat was running like he was like a bowling ball, and there were a bunch of pins.
They look like little kids out there trying to stop him.
I'll tell you, man, I can't wait to get our guys back. It's gonna get nasty, man. I'm telling you, I can't wait to see this game. We got a big party next week at this restaurant, man. We're going to. It's gonna be over 40 of us there, so it's gonna be deep. It's gonna be big time. So, is the weather gonna be raining on Saturday?
Like rain. Oh, yeah. Looks like rain's in the forecast, so. But that ain't going to matter. The field drains well, so it's okay. I didn't even we're out of time.
Okay.
Let's see you tomorrow. We're going to be here a lot next week anyway, so we'll continue.
Okay, Ronbo, man. Go Niners, and I love your show. Thank you for the platform. Give a shout out to all the Niner Empire. Go Niners, and let's kick some ass. Take care.
You too. Night, Omar. Okay. Be ham.
Ronbo.
Be ham.
The stage is set, baby.
Ain't it?
The stage is set.
Boy,
Only
I'm
thing
telling
we
you.
got to do is handle business. All we got to do is handle business. Real quick, Ronbo. I don't fear these motherfuckers. I really don't. I'm glad we got them. I'm glad they knocked the Saints off. And I hope that I hope to see how I do hope the Seahawks get knocked off. I hope they do. I love to face what they call him, the bad man that he is.
Rodgers.
I don't think he that tough no more. He fragile.
He's not. He's not surrounded by the things that he used to be surrounded with, and they're not. They're really not. You're right.
It's finna be lovely, man. It's finna be lovely. It's coming down. It's coming down to the wire. The stage is set. We know what we got to do. We've been just sitting back patiently waiting. We done got better. We done got healthier. It's time to go make this move. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, Ronbo. I don't see nobody whooping us. I don't know about you, but I don't see nobody whooping us.
I really don't. My only concern is, can I get the real or the other Akello Witherspoon? Can I get him back? He's the only thing that makes me nervous.
No, I can tell you what you can do with Akello. You can get him up out of here.
You know, I mean, they're not going to get rid of Akello. He's on a rookie contract, and they, you know, and they got a lot of faith in him. B-Ham, they believe in Akello. I believed in Akello at the beginning of the season. I don't know what went on with him.
Ronbo, get him up out of here, Ronbo. The last couple of games I watched, Ronbo, real quick, I got a couple of things I want to say real quick. And it's mainly about this motherfucker. The last couple of games I watched, every time Akello got caught on, he was always in the trailing position. He was never there.
Always.
He was never there. Get him up out of here. He's a liability. We don't need him. Everybody else will be sound. We'll be straight. He got to go. Real quick, Ronbo. I've been hearing this shit. I've been listening to the other callers. There's a lot of shit going on. Hey, that might be a conspiracy thing with that goddamn with that Aaron Rodgers and
no, it goes back to the first Super Bowl. Hank Stram and the Chiefs versus Bart Starr.
Okay. But look, Ronbo, on some real shit, don't be surprised at this. Brady went out. Breeze went out. They said the Cowboys been looking at trying to talk to Sean Payton.
I knew that was coming.
Jerry Jones said he'll pay anything. Brady is not under contract for the first time in 20 years. Be on the lookout. Don't be surprised if the Cowboys go get Tom Brady and Sean Payton.
Oh, and then they wouldn't have to pay Dak the money he thinks he's worth.
Right.
Because Jones just wants a Super Bowl. He thinks the Cowboys, with the team he's got, he thinks they should be winning every week.
Don't be surprised now. Look, I know you got to go, but keep that shit in mind. It was brought to my attention.
I've already thought about it.
It was brought to my attention. Hey, we got to win. But, hey, we got a lot of hot shit. But for 3 years, if he can get him for 3 years, Dak, hey, I don't see Dak coming back.
I tell you, it's going to be funny.
Another Peyton Manning deal. I don't think he's going out with a pick six.
You know he's not. There's no way he's leaving now. But
no.
But I'd be him.
I'll catch you tomorrow on Raw, man.
Right, fam. You have a good night too. You ain't on the road, are you?
Yeah, man. I'm making a delivery as we speak. I'm standing on the dock.
Drive carefully.
Hey, I'm over here in Georgia. And them Falcons did mess around and whoop us, man.
All right, fam. You drive carefully. I'll see you later. All right, night.
All right, homie.
And 49er Brian. What up, Brian?
What's up, Ronbo?
But hey, as you can see, we're discussing mainly the 49ers' newest adventure coming up next week and a lot of other things going around in the NFL. But you know what? I tell you right now, this is a game that 5 days rest, the Vikings going to come in and whoop our butt. You know, the more I think about that, no, they ain't.
Nope. Jimmy G versus Kirk Cousins. And Jimmy G will prevail like he has all year.
With that look of the tiger. I mean, he's got the eye of the tiger. Jimmy G's look now, he's getting confident. Brian, he looks like he's not shaky. He goes out there and I'm telling you, I love what I'm seeing.
Oh, he is dialed in right now. Have you been watching his passes look more crisper? He's on time better with the guys.
Perfect.
He just look like he just looks like he's money right now, and I'm glad he's got the money that we gave him now, because he's
Brian,
earning it. I mean,
exactly. And you notice now, in the beginning of the season, you saw guys having to reach for the ball and stuff. Did you see? I saw George Kittle in stride. I seen Debo in stride. I'm seeing Kendrick Bourne do what he does, standing between 3 and 4 guys, and Jimmy somehow puts the ball in between all of them. Kendrick gets up with that big grin on his face. This reminds me of 2017, Brian. God.
I can't believe how many times he threaded that needle between 2 or 3 defenders, and our guy caught it. If it was Kittle or Sanders or Debo was unreal.
That's his capability. This is why I never doubted him. I knew something was going on, but don't tell me that Jimmy G doesn't have talent. Boy.
Well, I think he's an overachiever. I think he wants to do the best he can, and he overdoes it a little bit sometimes. He gets a little, I would say, not scared or worried, but he gets maybe a little cocky.
He's a gunslinger. That's the way they think.
I've been watching him. I've been watching him on the sidelines now. He looks calm. He's smiling. He's happy. He doesn't look like he's at all crazed or worried about anything right now. So, yeah, it's great to look at.
And he'll challenge anybody. I mean, Garoppolo is not afraid. Sometimes that can be a problem, but Jimmy G is not afraid of any defense in the NFL. But he's got to pull the trigger every now and he needs to take his foot off the gas just a little bit. Pull the throttle back a little, Jimmy.
Yep.
That was not a good move. But he's learning though.
And,
he's learning.
Well, I still worry about that knee of his. I think he wants to be more mobile, but he just isn't there yet.
Yeah.
And because I see him wanting to run, and I'm just like, no, don't do it. I don't want that knee getting smacked. Because oh God,
But Kyle does not want these guys running. Remember when CJ stood there in the pocket and got his brains beat out? This is Kyle football.
Yeah.
He likes for his guys to keep your eyes down the field, do not be distracted, and look for that opening. And this is the thing,
right?
Yeah.
Right. Well, you guys are all talking about what you're worried about the most. I'm not too worried about Spoon. I think they probably were. Everybody's in his ear all week, and he's probably like, "Oh boy, I better step it up,"
Yeah.
So I look for Spoon to probably start, and if he's not running on all cylinders, he's going to be out of there real quick because I think they're going to be watching him.
Yeah, because we can't afford too many of those kind of mistakes.
No. And then the other thing I was going to bring up, I'm still worried about refs in this league. I watched some of the Seattle game, and Clowney was just looking like he was just out for blood. Like he, what he did to Wentz, and then I think he grabbed, whatever, their other quarterback around the neck and slammed him down really hard. And I'm just like, oh God.
And
here we
he
go.
didn't get a flag. True. So, it's really strange.
No flag.
Yeah.
Now, if one of our guys did that, like an Armstead or a Bosa, we'd get a 15-yard penalty and most likely guy kicked out of the game. And, just ridiculous. That's the stuff I worry about,
We're gonna find out more about that.
I'm hoping it snows 20 inches in Green Bay. and those sea turkeys have to run around. And I hope, Marshawn Lynch coughs up a lung trying to run in that wet tundra.
I agree. We got to stop, Brian. We're out of time. But listen, we'll be back a lot during the week. So save some of that.
Okay.
All right, fam. Have a great night.
All right. Love you, fam. Later.
Thanks. Love you back, fam. Night.
Bye.
Oh, God. Hey, Shane Lewis, I see you. He says, look like the pen's not working. Try to call in. Oh, well, maybe next time. I just wanted to say, I love the matchup. I really do. We will exploit them. All right. I'm not sure what's going on there, Shay. Shay, don't give up yet, Shay. Try it again. And Big... And Big Show, he says, our whole defense's production slipped when Quan and Ford went down. Our D isn't fully in sync without them. It isn't just Spoon. We were from allowing no more than 17 points over 26. Show, thanks for the contributions. And Shay, same thing. You know what? Now, see, I've pondered this before, and I've said Spoon's game was directly connected to the defensive line. But then I look at other players on the field, and they're not so dramatically as affected as Spoon, to the point where OCs, they see Spoon, and they immediately direct all their attention toward him. And I said, Jesus Christ. Spoon, stay ready. Here they come. Oh, God, here they come again. So, it's like that. Look, guys. Okay, we've shut down the system. So, Shay, call again tomorrow, fam. All right, because we're getting ready to wrap up here. Is what it is. I'm sorry. All right, but yeah, I'm a little concerned about that. Spoon is. But let's see what happens. If the pass rush looks better, rested and everything, they should be ferocious come next week. So maybe Spoon will be fine. I like Spoon. I want him in there. They think he's got all kind of upside. But I think also Mosley's got all kind of upside too. Okay, we'll see. It's about Spoon regaining our trust. And if he does that, I think we'll be okay. Buddha!
What's up, Ronbo? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you, Buddha. Come on in, man.
Happy New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year to you. It's been a great New Year, too. Things are falling right into place, Buddha.
And talk about falling into place. I specifically wanted, the Saints to win. I'm sure everybody else did not want to face the Saints again.
I know. We got to stop doing that.
Either an NFC Championship game or whatnot. But what do you think about that play at the end where it was passing? I think it was pass interference. That I think they got screwed 2 years in a row. What do you think?
Sean Payton, you know how the camera always zooms over to him. I saw the play, and I couldn't understand. First, I couldn't comprehend what had happened. I got to look at it again. I watched that game, and I wasn't watching it closely. I saw Peyton complaining, but Sean complains every game. Every game, Peyton is all fired up about the ref call. So I got to look at it again. But if you thought it was a pass interference, it probably was.
I think it was. The telltale sign was when the defender's neck kind of snapped back a little bit, and the receiver's arm was straight when that happened. So, But anyways, it's just karma and the universe being what it is. When you make a mistake, you got to pay, whether it's 1 year or 10 years or 100 years, right? And obviously, I've talked about this same subject before when we got that penalty, and that cost us home field advantage in our last Super Bowl run. So basically, it's just the Saints getting their comeuppance again. What happened with us.
They've paid over. That game they lost against the Vikings 2 years ago. We beat them like last week and took them out. They wouldn't have had to play the Vikings had they beat us 3 weeks ago, whatever it was. So I don't know if is the Lord wearing a 49er jersey or not, but is he over punishing the Saints?
Exactly. Now I think it's all even Stevens, then my old business partner, he cost me like $80,000, and he's a huge Vikings fan, and we're not on speaking terms right now, because of the past year and whatnot, and so. I'm so looking forward to next Saturday, so I can even the karma bank right there with that, because it'll be amazing. I guarantee a win, Ronbo. We're gonna win. We're gonna win next week on Saturday.
Because we're going to see Shanahan do some things offensively that's going to make the Vikings' head spin. I'm almost positive. And the 49ers look like they can execute anything right now. That last game, they were razor sharp offensively. The only thing that stopped it from blowing out the Hawks was a referee threw a wrench in the works just the right time. That downfield play with Ben Garland blocking somebody who had nothing to do with that play is the only reason that game wasn't blown out. Because we were getting ready to get that first down and keep on going and burn that clock up. They had no business getting back in. So you know what? I believe you're telling the truth. I agree. Next week, we will see.
I definitely will call in after the games. Well, basically, whenever you go on Saturday. And so I'll look forward to hitting you up and singing Ooh La La.
Yes, indeed. I think we'll be having a chorus next week, fam.
For sure.
God. All right. And Buddha, great to hear from you, fam. I'll be looking for you tomorrow then.
All right, thanks so much, man. I'll see you.
Thank you, Buddha. Night.
All right, later.
And let's roll out over here to James. Come on in, James.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
James, you know what's up. The table's been set. Now we're getting ready to come to eat, and we already know what's on the menu.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's looking like real 49er football, and it feels very good. And we're gonna give the Vikings a game because let's not forget the last time we played them. You know, I gotta say it for what it is. Our linebackers happen to be Reuben Foster and Malcolm Smith and Fred Warner.
I love when you point those things out that everybody forgot about.
Akello just happened to give up the first 2 touchdowns in that game, if anyone remembers. And remember he got beat by Adam Thielen on the very first drive. It was like 4 plays into the game.
And we had Marquise Goodwin. Who was the other receiver?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Pierre
Dante
Garçon and
Garçon.
Louis Murphy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
just learning Kyle Shanahan's offense.
Dante, that's the game that Dante really showed that he was better than Pierre Garçon. Remember when Jimmy threw the deep ball right in the end zone?
And he smoked Rhodes,
Dante
too,
Pettis,
on a couple of routes.
Right.
Yeah.
He did. But I'll tell you, I'm really excited to see all of our starters coming back defensively. But one thing I'm a little worried about is with Quan. I hope he's not rushing it to get back because, you got Greenlaw that's playing lights out football, man. And any starter that is injured, that's kind of hanging on the back of his mind. Like, this rookie is showing up, man. And one thing I worry about a little bit with Quan, and I understand him and J.J. Watt had basically the same injuries, and they communicated with each other through the rehab and everything. But the difference is J.J. Watt is coming off the edge the whole game. He's pushing the offensive lineman, and he's beelining it right to the quarterback. Now, in Quan's case, the running backs, I got a feeling Mike Zimmer is going to make sure that Kirk Cousins knows wherever Quan Alexander lines up on that defensive line, behind the defensive line, they're going to run Delvin Cook straight at him. And that might become a problem because first and foremost, I'm going to say what I already know, and people in the league have said this about him. He's not that great on stopping the run, Quan Alexander. Now, going up against receivers in the slot and playing tight ends, he's an animal at that aspect. But running dead at him with that rehab pectoral injury, it could be a problem. I hope it's not. I hope he can man the position. But that's something I thought about. That's the difference in him and J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt is coming off the edge, pushing the offensive lineman, going straight to the quarterback. But now in Quan's case, with him sitting there playing either the Mike or the Will, they're going to be running dead at him.
Well, James, he's going to be at the will. He's going to be at the will. And something else, James.
Right.
JJ's pushing up 300 pounds of offensive lineman. Quan is going to be bigger than Dalvin Cook. If Dalvin Cook wants to take on Quan, I'll take that challenge all day.
Well, I can tell you this much. One of the knocks on him, I understand he is a great player. I'm not knocking him. I'm glad he's on our team.
The knock on Quan, he led the league in tackles that first couple of seasons. His thing is, Quan used to like to knock people completely out. He had a little bit of Reuben disease. Mm-hmm. His thing was missing tackles is what it was.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And coming back off a torn pectoral, if they're running dead at you, if they see that he's just not able to hold up, please take him out of the game.
Oh, well, yeah, they're going to monitor that closely.
To sit there and say, let's see how he looks in the second quarter if he ain't getting it done in the first quarter.
Oh yeah,
And
because you're right.
You can't.
Because Greenlaw's done a great job on his tackles. Were only, I think he was led the team in tackles last week. So yeah, you're right. It's not about that. You know what it is, James? It's about experience, being able to see things and recognize what's going on.
Right.
Dre has still got that to
Right.
learn, and he will. But James, we need to pull up.
Oh yeah, he will.
Let me
man.
get you tomorrow.
But yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing, and Minnesota's in trouble. Kirk Cousins does not like pressure, and he's going to have that all game, all 60 minutes long. So, with that being said, Niner Empire, Niner for life. Thank you, what you do, Ronbo. Have a great evening. Be
James.
blessed, and we're coming. We're coming.
Well, I can't wait.
We're coming. Have a great evening. Thank you.
You too, fam. Night. Yeah, wouldn't that be something though? But I'd be scared to challenge Quan if I was any coach though. If anything, I'm gonna try to stretch him out. Then again, though, his lateral pursuit is just ridiculous. We'll see. James could have a point. They might run at Quan, but then Fred will be there to interrupt that too at the same time. I will see. K. Hendricks.
Popping, Ronbo. What's popping? I'm talking to a legend right now. What's popping with you? How you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling fantastic. Oh, as Quan would say, legendary. You know what I'm saying? Because, this is where we wanted to get, but a lot of us, me included, wasn't sure if this was the year. Kay, I know you knew it was going to happen, didn't you?
What I actually I'm in this group chat. It's like basically 9% of the fan pages on Instagram. I had already told them guys, I was like, I got a feeling Quan might gonna try to play in the divisional game, man. Because I've been telling people I feel like he might end up playing in a divisional game. Man. Here's how I look at it, man. We're coming off of we're coming off a 2-week break. If you don't think Kyle Shanahan and Robert Saleh is monitoring these teams right now, if you don't think they're having Skype chats, sitting beside each other on the couch and jotting everything down and talking this stuff out, man, you got to be crazy, man. People not realizing that Kyle Shanahan actually used to, connect one-on-one with Kirk Cousins. Actually used to mentor him. So somewhere in his house, he has like a formula. I believe he has a formula ready for Kirk Cousins. I just think so, man. And then I think Minnesota lacks maturity, man. What I seen today with Stephon Diggs, man, that was uncalled for, man. You throwing mouthpieces out. You throwing mouthpieces out, going at it with players, talking back to the refs, man. Nah, man. Cal, like the caller said at first, man. I forgot who it was. He's monitoring that, man. Everything. Kyle Shanahan is not playing, man. He's keeping tabs of all this stuff. The Holy Trinity is back. D Ford is back. Tart is back, and Quan Alexander is expected to play. So I'm not really phased about it. I'm gonna tell you 2 teams I'm scared of, Ronbo. You ready?
Go ahead.
The referees and Las Vegas. Then the only two teams I'm scared of right now.
That's a good point.
The only 2 teams I'm scared of, Ronbo. Because right now, I don't know if you've seen it on the reports within a few hours, but we're huge favorites right now in next week's game.
7 points.
So Mike Zimmerman sees that. Yeah, I think it's 7.5 now. I'm not sure. But Mike Zimmerman, he sees this, so we got to play with our A game, man. I'm not sleeping on them boys, but I'm not losing confidence, man. I got full confidence going into next week. I just don't see them winning this game. I can see a blowout. I'm envisioning that right now. Because think about it, Ronbo. They're traveling to the West Coast. They're tired. They just had to play in a loud stadium.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a first round.
Had to deal with the Saints at that too. Yes.
Exactly, Ronbo. Exactly. So I really don't see this ending too good for the Vikings. If anything, they're going to regret winning that game against the Saints. Because now it's looking like a cookie walk to me. It's looking like a cakewalk. Legends getting eliminated from the playoffs, man.
Right.
Legendary quarterbacks getting eliminated from the playoffs. This is a new era of football, Ronbo. Get ready.
Know.
It's a young quarterback stepping up. Sleeper teams rising up, It's a new era of football, man. It's a new decade of football, Ronbo. I think Jimmy G gonna be the next greatest man up there.
Yeah.
I think he is.
Got to get Russell Wilson's tired self out of here. And you know, when Russell Wilson loses, well, Aaron Rodgers, who's older, Aaron and Russell? Both of them dudes got to go, though. We'll get rid of them anyway.
Oh, exactly. Let me tell you, Ronbo, this is how the division going to look next year. You ready? You've seen our 2020 schedule. 49ers 14-2. Cardinals in second place 10-6. Rams 8-8. Seahawks 6-10. I guarantee it. I guarantee it.
You know,
Remember this conversation.
They're an 8-8 team now, Kay. I know 2 games they shouldn't have won. One against the Rams, missing a field goal, and us missing a field goal. That's 2 games right there. And there's been some other games, too. You look down the schedule. So, you know, I hear you. But, Kay, we got to pull up.
Oh, only reason why they're not 2-14 right now because Russell Wilson's still their quarterback. So, you'll see. But, all right, Ronbo, I ain't going to hold you too long, man. You next up, man. I like the channel. Y'all better like and subscribe, man, or it's going to be some problems. You're going to have to hear from me.
Thanks, Kay.
All right, Ronbo, you have a
and by the way,
night,
when you see Kay's name on the chat, click him up. He's got content, red and gold. All right, Kay.
Down the wire, baby.
Hey, appreciate you, fam. Have a good night, Kay. See you tomorrow. And we roll on over to Big Bill.
What's up, Ronbo? I was about to fall asleep on you.
Bill, all kind of fun stuff, man. You know, and I tell you, anybody that said that Brady and Breeze were going to both leave this weekend and tries to convince anybody he knew exactly what he was talking about. Bill, I know you knew they were going this weekend, didn't you?
Yeah, I predicted it. I told you.
I knew
I told you, didn't I?
Well,
I told you. And that's what I'm going to bring up.
Right,
I'm going to bring something up since we're in the 100 already. On the flip side, the visiting Vikings upset the 1987 49ers playoff opener 36-24, possibly the biggest upset in Bill Walsh / Joe Montana's era.
So you think we're getting set up for next week?
No. I think this is where they're gonna make it. They're like you said, it's
our turn.
It's no, we're gonna win that one. They're gonna have to have us win that one, or everybody gonna know it's fixed if they don't.
Yeah, I know. See, because the thing, the hint about Kansas City versus Green Bay for the 100-year anniversary, due to the Chiefs and Packers doing the first Super Bowl. See, that's all. Don't do this.
I don't want to say anything until after we play.
Yeah.
But I got a little prediction on that one. I'm gonna shut my mouth until after the Niners win, and then I'm gonna tell you the rest. If you get on there after the game or after the playoff.
Right.
Kansas City ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna tell you that straight out. Their plan is going to blow up. Houston, nah. They match. Tit for tat. And if they do pass the Houston Texans, I see an upset with the Titans. They want to try to walk. They're going to want to try to walk Kansas City into the Super Bowl, so they're not going to want to put them against the Ravens. So, like you said, they're going to want to do that. And they play before the Niners.
All right.
Remember, the AFC Championship goes before the NFC this year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's good. And then we can see that, which is good.
So, under speculation, you there?
Yeah, I'm listening. Go ahead,
under that scenario, if the Chiefs lose like they always do, the Mata curse, if they're planning on rigging it, then the Mata curse is going to come into effect to where the Titans go. And then they have to scrap the whole plan and let the Niners go in.
Interesting theory.
And set that up. I think that matchup that they're talking about might be set up for next year. Because it's going to be more money. Imagine this. Jimmy Garoppolo, Super Bowl champion, beats Aaron Rodgers twice. Once in the season, once in the NFC Championship. And they go on to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And then they host them again next year. That's when I think that's going to take effect.
You never know. Because these things, I would have never, ever, I'm going to tell the truth, I did not see Drew Brees getting taken out today. And I really thought that Tom might be able to handle because of the fact that that's what they always do. But like their time has done run out, so you know. But anyway,
but if
Bill,
the plans are Green Bay to go, they're not going to put him up against the Saints.
Yeah.
And for Seattle,
yeah,
we're going to get to the Seattle thing. Why the heck is Clowney not suspended?
I don't know. Clowney, he did a couple of things he got away with in this game that, you know, that was helmet-to-helmet contact. Where's the flag? That was out and out spearing, it looked like. I don't know.
Well, like I said, and I was wrong about the Garrett. They were all talking about keeping him. They decided to get rid of him.
You admitted to it. Because normally when you say these things, you never go back to it. Well, there it is. Bill has admitted that he got that one wrong. All right. But we're going to go. I tell you what, get on back here tomorrow, and we'll do Monday Night Raw. All right?
Well, give me a Niner shout-out.
A Niners! Big Bill.
And before I go, everybody listen to the new Dave Cannell song that's made, you know? I mean, I'm glad they're coming up with something new. Anyways, bang, bang, Niner gang. Talk to y'all tomorrow.
All right, Bill. Good night. Oh, God. All right, and Daryl!
What's happening, Ronbo?
Daryl, winning is happening. 49ers are right on the edge of glory. Can they continue? It looks like the table and the path has been cleared. Unless you actually harbor any fears for the Minnesota Vikings, I don't see. The only team I thought had a potential to beat the 49ers is gone. I don't want to think too quickly ahead, but, you know, what do you think?
You know what? I think that, you know, for the Saints, because that was the team I would have feared most, you know, in the NFC,
here.
because, oh, man, they are loaded with weapons. They got, you know, everything, you know, a team can want to do damage. But I think, you know, think about this. I believe the Saints, you know, probably gave half of their, you know, their energy, their soul, you know, in that game a couple weeks ago, that shootout, you know, against us.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it was. Who knows? Because,
But,
man,
you know, they look
I
pretty
didn't expect
strong
him
the
to go that.
following week. Who'd they play the next week? They beat hell out of somebody the following week. So I thought, Saints got over that beating quick. So you could be right. You know, I don't know.
Well, that reminded me of the last game of the season, the regular season. They put, 40 points or almost 50 on Carolina at the end?
Yes, that's the game I'm talking about. Whoa. Man, it's like they were a little pissed off or something. I don't know. I'm going to go back and watch that game. Somebody said they didn't match the energy of the Vikings to begin the game, and the game got in the second quarter because they didn't waste any time on us, Daryl. Bobby Breeze came out fired for the first set. Boom! There goes Jared Cook into the end zone. Oh, man. Jesus, that was easy. Of course, we didn't know. Jimmy G says, look, I got this. And let him get 2 touchdown head start. Spotted him 14 and went and got him, Gerald. That's why I know the 49ers are getting ready to hurt somebody. But you go ahead.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to this matchup, you know, because I wanted Minnesota, you know, to win that Saints game, you know, because we play the lowest seed, and I rather would play Minnesota, you know, as for right now, so the Niners, you know, can get in rhythm, because I understand, you know, they had a bye week and all that, because, you know, there's a saying about when teams have a bye week, they beat maybe rusty, you know, etc. But we needed this rest because we're getting key players back, you know, and as for the defense, I believe that they're going to hit this reset button, and hopefully we'll see the defense, you know, like in the first 6-7 weeks of the season, especially having, you know, Quan, Jaquaski, and D Ford. It'll be interesting to see. This will get us going.
D Ford is key. Hey, Daryl, if he's ready to roll, the whole defense will be affected, because now Nick's not having to carry the biggest fire on that line. And now you've got collapsing edges. Now watch. And that's going to set off the middle as well. Because you notice it slowed down in the middle, too. DeForest Buckner, who always likes to get Russell Wilson, he's amazing. how DeForest Buckner, our biggest guy, doesn't miss a game without slamming Little Russie. That's amazing. I mean, we've seen DeForest Buckner run across the field and get Russie when nobody else could. Remember Maude Brooks, how Russell Wilson used to toy with him? Doesn't work with DeForest Buckner. Woo! Yes. So, we're going to see.
Yeah, we'll see. And as for the offense, like what everybody was talking about, earlier on the show, and what you mentioned, we might see, probably will, see, with Kyle Shanahan, what he might come up with, something we probably would never see.
Right.
I didn't see that coming. You can do that. This will be interesting. He's gonna have plenty of time. As soon as that game ended, he's like, okay, I know who we're playing. We're gonna get right on this tape
and know the weaknesses
and watch this.
And that's how he designs
know
his
the weaknesses.
Plan.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, but
that play with Eman Samuels, also that little option play that he did with Juice. What? Whoa! And all these things worked. See, that's the amazing thing. Kyle knows when to dial him up, who he's dealing with on the defense, and it's just brilliant to watch him work. But go ahead. One more thing, because we got to go.
I know we have to keep it short. But we'll talk more, in the week later down the week. In the week to discuss the matchup. Because there's a lot we can talk about. But I know we have all week to talk about this.
Absolutely, and Kyle Shannon's going to be saying things during the course of the week that we can go check out. All right, Daryl. We'll see you later.
Can you give me a shout out?
Yeah, I do. A Niner! Oh, hi, Daryl.
All right, Ronbo. Have a good night.
You too, man. Let's see here. It says, that's I Jacobs. He says, yo, I just got tickets to the game. Where you at? Oh, Jakes, there's with some people you need to leave information on how to do that. Somebody else called in and said they can't get tickets. Who was that? Was that Justin? Tickets are hard to get right now, and they're expensive. Do you know the 49ers tickets are the highest in the NFL circle? It should be. We are the best team in the circle. Anthony.
Ronbo, what's the deal?
Anthony, man, we're sitting back here chilling, talking about how the Vikings, I don't know what happened to the Saints. They will not continue in the party. The Vikings get 5 days rest and come on here and get this whooping early Saturday afternoon. I love the way
Ronbo.
this all shaping up.
Honestly, the Vikings did us a favor, Ronbo. If you want to keep it a stack, they did us a favor.
I kind of felt I didn't want to admit it, but you're right. I did not want to deal with Drew Brees again this year, and they moved his butt out.
Ronbo, they took care of our easy work. I'm not gonna lie. Only thing is, I mean, we're not gonna take anybody lightly, Ronbo.
Can't do that.
We're gonna take everybody seriously, but if you look at it, we're a better team than the Vikings from top to bottom. We have a better roster. We're getting our players back. D Ford's coming back.
Agreed.
That means Armstead can move back into the middle. I mean, we can be real flexible where we move Armstead now, who should have been a Pro Bowler. That's just my opinion. Quan Alexander, we need that juice, Ronbo. Anyone, all the 49er faithful can say we don't need Quan. Yes, we do.
Yeah, we do.
Yes, we do need Quan. When Quan is out there, we're flying around on a whole different level, Ronbo. On a whole different level. He just brings that juice. I'm not saying Greenlaw's been playing amazing.
Yes.
But it's a reason why we gave
nice
Quan Alexander $50 million.
Yeah. No, but the thing
it's great to have them both.
Yes. Well, yeah. They don't. Dre ain't got to sit down. Bring them all on the field at the same time. Go run that Sam linebacker. And Robert Saleh has more options where he can operate from three positions like that too. So heck yeah. Mm-hmm.
And another thing, Ronbo, is I know people want to look out for Witherspoon, but he got to go, Ronbo. We got to get him up out of there. I've been once saying that he might be the reason that he might cost us a Super Bowl, Ronbo.
No.
And we going against the Vikings. We going against the Vikings. We have to respect that they have two top receivers on both sides of the ball with Thielen and Diggs, and we don't need Witherspoon. The first thing they teach you in football, Rombo, is alignment, assignment, and technique. His alignment's terrible, his assignment's horrible, and his technique is always off key. His technique, Rombo, we can't have that right now. So
Footwork,
he might have to sit this one out. Mosley, but it seems like with Mosley in there, we got a whole different. They're picking on Akello every time. It's the reason why Richard Sherman never gets targeted.
Because he's a pain in the butt.
We got to pull him up out of there, Ronbo. It sucks to say, like, we gave him a chance so many times, but it's one of those things. He got to go, man. If he starts next week, that's really gonna show me a lot about Salah. That's like an indictment on Salah, because when you look at the tape, Ronbo, he's getting eaten up every time. Every time. He is our weakest link, Ronbo. I'm sorry, he is our weakest link. And he's been exposed so many times. And if we, as the fans, are seeing that, what do you think these coaches are doing who get paid to watch what our weaknesses are? I would attack Akello Weatherspoon every time. Why not? Why not attack Akello? So yeah, we got to get that. We got to get that together, Ronbo. But other than that, like I said, from top to bottom, we're the best football team. I still feel like it's gonna be us and not the Saints and the Ravens in the Super Bowl.
You know what though? But tell you what, Anthony, I'm a little concerned with Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry single-handedly took down the Patriots. See, you know what? I don't know. I don't think the Ravens got a better defense than the Patriots as far as that goes. Derrick Henry's going to run through the Ravens just like he runs. Derrick Henry's scary. If there's anybody that scares me right now, it's him.
I hope so.
Who?
Yeah, he does. He does, Ronbo. He does, and he's deservingly so. I mean, he led the league in rushing, probably I think over 1,500 yards or something like that. So Derrick Henry's a monster. But at the same time, if we were to play the Titans, Ronbo, our offense is so explosive that you got to be able to match how many points we're going to put up. So you can try to we're going to take away George Kittle. Go ahead, try to take away George Kittle.
They can't do that.
You can't. When you're the best tight end in the league, you can't. I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you.
And way more than
and then if you want to take away George Kittle, we got Emmanuel Sanders. We got Debo Samuel, who's been coming along lately. I love the Debo Samuel. I love the Debo Samuel. I've been telling everybody from the beginning, Debo Samuel, that is a stud. That's an animal.
I tell you what, we got to go, Anthony, but listen, you can look at Debo now. All he is now is George Kittle's mini-me. Woo! Hey,
yes, sir, Ronbo. I love what you do, man.
All right, fam. Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. Love you, Ronbo. Catch you next time,
man. Love you back, too. You too. Have a good night.
Have a good night. Love you, faithful. Let's do a Super Bowl, baby. Let's get it.
Indeed. We coming. And we roll over now to the Iron Sheik. Sheik, come on in, man.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Yeah! Come on,
Ronbo! What's going on, man? Be legendary that you are, brother.
Shit. You know, the thing is, and somebody said earlier, I think Shabazz put out, look, we ain't looking for no cakewalk here. And I said, that's true, we don't get no. I said, take it out to Saints. I hate to admit it, but I breathed a whole sigh of relief. I knew that was going to be the place where we was going to get tested the worst. Now, Aaron Rodgers, the Seahawks, please. And then the Vikings, that's kind of, that's almost, if the 49ers want it, just go take it.
Yeah. I totally get it, Ronbo. It's a lot of everybody thought the Saints, the Aints. Let me rephrase it. The Aints are gonna go beat the Vikings at their yard, but everybody was wrong.
Vegas lost.
Curse is real.
People lost money on that, Cheek. Lots of money was lost.
3 years straight, Ronbo over there. Division. They call Aints for get those bags ready, Aints fans, because that's what you guys are. Just. Man, you guys are not in playoffs. The Cowgirls, the Patriots,
all they all have all in common, and the sorry ass Rams, is that they just have to go fishing. Keep on fishing. But Ronbo, let's talk about the task of this coming week. The Vikings are coming in our town. That we the faithful, we're gonna rock that place. And like everybody else in the callers, I said, if you're going to that game, be on your feet the whole freaking time. Do not allow Cousins and Dre.
Any peace or silence. Yes.
Yeah, and Trey, let me tell you this: get your rubber duckies, man, because we're gonna have sacks on Cousins. You know that is your boy. That was your boy.
See, I can't even say anything. I was backing Trey up, but go ahead.
But look at the comparative quarterbacks. Let's do this just for fun and kicks. What was it, 20-4 or 5? Jimmy Garoppolo and Cousins that just chokes and doesn't. He has a stat guy, but he doesn't really do good. Can't win the division. Can't sweep the Green Bay Packers. Barely beat. Well, they lost to the Bears because they sat a lot of guys. But the thing is, Cousins is not that guy. Jimmy Garoppolo is a winning quarterback with Kyle Shanahan. And honestly, I don't know if everybody knows that, Kyle Shanahan is, with the father, Mike Shanahan. But Kubiak was his, offensive coordinator at the time in Denver, I believe, Ronbo?
Yeah, Kubiak he's in the mix. And it was a Denver,
Well,
exactly.
He's in the Vikings. And he's in the Vikings right now.
Kubiak?
So they know each other.
Wait, Kubiak's with the Vikings?
Yeah, when I watched the game today, that's what they brought up to my attention. I was like, oh, okay, well, that's interesting. Well, Kyle Shanahan definitely, twists things up. He has a better game plan. Kubiak's track record, as every team that he went to, he failed a lot of places. He got let go.
Wasn't he in Chicago?
Minnesota he was in Chicago. He was in the Oakland Raiders. He was in a lot of places.
So this is a good luck moment, actually. I didn't know Kubiak was in Minnesota though. But anyway.
But then I'm sick of this, Ronbo. Is everybody sick of Collinsworth's big old mouth?
Oh,
he just tastes like he vomits. I don't know which one's Booger, Booger or Collinsworth. I don't know which one's worse.
Both of them. Booger's McFarland's nasty too. Hey, but listen, remember one thing, Sheik. Chris Collinsworth was a victim when the 49ers' first dynasty got underway. He hasn't gotten over that. He never will.
Exactly. And he was there. Actually, I think he called it, right? The game that with the Seattle Seahawks with 57 Greenlaw. And what I remember in the Super Bowl with Cincinnati, when we played against Cincinnati, 57 also stopped. But he was on that team, like you said, Uncle. So he had deja vu again.
Dan Buns? Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Buns. Yep, Bud.
Yeah. I know.
But it's going to be fun. I'm excited. Alexander's back. I'm not really worried about Spoon because when we have that pass rusher D Ford and Alexander and Tart back in there, I think Weatherspoon should be all right. But I prefer Mosley as a starter, Ronbo, because I want that passion. I want that heart. He look on the sidelines like he's confused. On the
I know, and that's a scary look. When he looks dazed and confused like that, you don't want to send him back out there. Sheik, here's the question. Where's Jason Verrett? Did they put him on the IR, permanent IR?
Yeah, he's permanent IR. Yeah, he's not eligible to come back, unfortunately. Wow. What a waste. I'm sorry, but that hurts. Yeah, he's a good talent. The injured bug, that's why we have to cut ties with a lot of guys, like the McKinnons and Taylors and et cetera. We all wish that, what could have, should have, would have, could be. But this project didn't work out.
True, but you know what? If Verrett wouldn't have done that, we wouldn't have realized that Emmanuel Mosley could end up being a starter next season or maybe even this season. Akello has got to do his thing now. 3 years, we can't wait. Akello, we're in position now to get to the big dance. He's got to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the guys are going to be turning their heads, like Tart turned his head, Jimmy Ward turned his head, Eric Armstead as well. They definitely all stepped out. It was a lot of the faithful pretty much are downing these guys, but now they re-erected themselves. So I believe Spoon should be the next man on target right now. So
He could be because of course you just realized that was the all Ronbo team you just mentioned.
Right. Exactly. So hey, Ronbo, hey, you kind of winning all of a sudden.
You know,
but
all my
Ronbo,
guys, I stuck by him. What you gotta do, Sheik? We're gonna go, Sheik.
You know,
go ahead.
But we're gonna get those Vikings, and it's gonna Seattle. I'm gonna be honest. We're gonna face Seattle in the NFC Championship. I think it's gonna happen.
Can they beat the Packers?
Yes, that's what everybody wants. NFL, all the guys that want it, they want that matchup. There's a 1-1 right now. We already got that Packer ass already. We handed to them, but they want the last 2 out of 3.
And that's fine. So. And bring their butt to Levi's. As long as they don't play the Hawks in the clink where the referees, for some reason, lose their minds, now it will be a legitimate game. And I know the 49ers will cream them then. I guess these guys, they're not that good, and they're getting away with murder. That game, they should have, never mind. Don't get me started on them suckers, man.
You're right. We'll get there. We'll get there, Ronbo. We'll get there, Ronbo. Let me just say, everybody wants a shout-out from you, but let me give you a shout-out, Ronbo. Faithful, hit that like for Ronbo Sports. Sub, share. You see all the places that he's at right under his screen. We got this, Faithful. Let's get it. Let's represent Ronbo Sports and everybody else that represent the 49ers. Let's go, Niners!
Thanks, Sheik.
Ronbo Sports.
Sheik, I love you, man. Thanks, fam.
Love you back.
We'll be back tomorrow, Sheik, and probably a lot during next week, so I'll look for you later, huh? All right. And with that being said, let us call it a day. I'm going to go watch that Viking game again. I got to see what exactly happened. How did that happen? I hadn't caught the last part of it. See you tomorrow, fam. Like she said, don't forget to hit that like. The Niners! Ooh la la. Ooh la 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 la. See you tomorrow.